about that because I'm vaccinated. Like, why isn't that the commercial to get vaccinated? Get vaccinated, and then you can go to orgies.
That's not going to work for Fauci.
The chicken might, though.
Why, if you're so worried about getting the COVID, you're not going to sex parties with the chicken, are you?
I think if you have chicken and waffles and slaw, more people will go, and then more people will get vaccinated. This could be a master's thesis building right here in the middle of this presentation.
Okay.
A recent study by the Kinsey Institute and Love Honey.
Love Honey? Now they're putting honey on the chicken or the waffles? Probably the waffles.
Determined that 20% of people were more likely to attend a sex club this year than before the pandemic. Huh. While 55% say they're less interested, and the other 25% have the same level of interest. The study's lead researcher, Justin Laymiller, told me this didn't necessarily mean that sex clubs were going to be less popular post-pandemic. Before the pandemic, he said, the number of Americans who had actually been to a sex club was pretty low. According to one study, just 6.3% of men and 5.2% of women said they had been to a sex party or swingers club. Iggy, is that high?
Like
is that low? I feel like that's probably right about right.
I think it's right about there.
Yeah. You think it's high, Doug?
I think so.
Jackson, where are you?
I've never heard of anyone who said, yeah, I just went to a sex party and the chicken was fabulous.
I think it's
I've never heard that.
I think it's right in the pocket. I think that number's pretty accurate.
Don't say right in the pocket.
I like that.
What's that
Put
mean?
it in the pocket.
But I think swingers parties would be lower, I think. Only for the
sex
fact.
clubs higher, swingers party lower.
Yeah, because it seems like sex parties will let more people in, especially single guys. Swingers are not letting single guys in. And swingers parties, for the most part, do not have dinner. They don't have sides of chicken and
Doug, that's why we're going to
I'm not
sex
interested in
parties.
that anymore.
Cheesecake. Yes, they'll have the couple in room 6 and 2 slices of cheesecake, please.
Oh,
God. Well, that's just not hot to me.
No, it's not.
no, and the guy who did the article said he went with his girlfriend. Why would you go with your girlfriend? Wouldn't that be where you'd go kind of single, is to do something else?
Arrangements.
You got a girlfriend
Maybe girls
already.
like the girls.
No,
Time
those-
to recruit.
No, they're probably swingers. You're looking for strange.
Don't say
I
strange.
kind of liked it. I thought it was a proper number.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepper and Genie Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I did all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. And I remember your dad calling. I remember the old tire sponsor. I remember it all like it was yesterday. I remember Melissa Marr, and everybody cornering me. And I remember I started with the text line sponsorship. And then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And I'm a listener, and I'm a fan pen member. And I'm watching Iggy cook soul in his kitchen. And I'm learning about sunflowers and everything else. else. Like, I box over on TMA. I box.
You have the strap. You're the champion.
I am the champion of the Spirit Circle for all your T-shirt makers in the mall. If you know that guy, you know who I'm talking about. Let's leave it here. Refinance or buying a house. Why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Maggie O'Brien's, your go-to Irish pub in St. Louis for over 42 years. Host any size event at our downtown location. Ride our shuttle to and from concerts, Blues and Cardinals games, and make sure to grab a drink and a bite to eat before all of them. Trying to watch the big game? We have it on one of our many TVs at our Sunset Hills location. Come join the fun and see what the buzz is all about. Maggie O'Brien's, 2 great locations. Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh, just south of Watson Road. In downtown at 20th and Market Street. Union Station is next to us.
Doug, Adam is on the line. I think you're sideways with him, but I can't.
Crying out loud.
We are not sideways anymore, Dougie. But real quick, Charlie, there is a groundswell of support for you on the Facebook page. People are loving this little threesome you guys got going on with Jim out of there, Charlie in. It's a great setup. It's a good feng shui. People are loving it.
So you want me to whack the cat?
I didn't say that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm fine as just the fill-in guy. Cat's my guy.
Shush. I wrote.
Oh, shush you.
Shush you. Doug,
Yes.
I wrote a rap song for you because I love you so much. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Andy, he's a real cool dude, walking down the street and acting a fool. Oh, always doing sports and radio in his khaki shorts. And you are so special to me. Living it up down South Miami. And gee, he's got the grandpa swag. Hey, Gramps, come on, sit on my face.
Pot him down! Pot him down!
You didn't even finish. He has H&N, right?
Yeah, I know.
Adam has been suspended for that particular line in his song.
Did you
He's
think
been
there was any
suspended.
chance that a rap dedicated to you was going to go well?
I thought it might. It wasn't bad there at the beginning. It kind of got sour towards the end. Adam's been
was pretty
suspended, gentlemen, 4 days' time, and his name's been
I see it right there.
Vogule.
I like when people come in with material, though.
Don from Delwood's on the line.
Hello, Don.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're fine. You?
Hey, Doug, are you the type of guy that likes to, slap his butt cheeks and...
Pot him down! Pot him down!
So stupid.
He was on hold for at least half an hour to say that. Don from
Longer
Delwood.
than that. Here's the
You've been
worst part,
suspended.
though. Sometimes I want to know where they're going with it. I want to hear the ending of it.
It almost always goes bad when they start out with Doug. I know that something awful is about to happen.
If Doug's the first word and flap is in the second or third word.
In this
it can never
case,
be good.
a little suspension has been rained down on the Delwood region. Don from Delwood has been suspended a period of 4 days' time for an audio violation. His name has been entered into the suspension logule.
I think these phone lines may be poison. I might agree with you on that.
Phone lines are rising.
Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
Right in St. Louis, you are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com/TMASTL. You can listen to everything. Pepper and Genie award-winning podcast, Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and TMA on the Morning After STL app. Download it. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We are in our Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Welcome to the Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug, it is a beautiful day in St. Louis.
Well, it is, and we're overdue for a long stretch of some nice, warm, dry weather.
That's right. That's
not
right.
overly hot, but also not overcast and raining every day.
That's right.
This is perfect. Can't complain about this. I wish we'd had a heads up, because I didn't know it was going to be so perfect. You know, maybe I'd worn a nice sundress or something.
Ooh, Bill's now home.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, you just don't listen to him.
And we're underway.
Oh, I thought we were due for some storms.
Yeah, we were supposed to have some yesterday.
Yeah.
And some areas got them. I'll be the first to admit we didn't get any in Maryland Heights.
So you are taking an L?
No, I said a chance of rain. I didn't say it's going to rain. I said a chance of rain over the weekend. Just like they say, 20%, 30%, 40%, never 100%. I give 100% when it's going to rain, I tell you. But I said there's a chance Sunday we may have a spot shower jump in here, and it got cloudy, but it didn't rain in my area, so I gave it a 20% chance.
Oh, we didn't have any rain in Sunset Hills either.
And I also said it's going to be nice the rest of the week. I got a text yesterday, said I'm seeing 80% chance of rain on Friday. I said, well, I don't know what you're looking at, because I got maybe 10.
There you go, Doug. So all of those things are out there as far as weather predictions go. And you can give your thoughts, 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities, text inbox. You can call in, as many people have already lined up to do, 636-9004-TMA, Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines, and you can email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. What a glorious day today on TMASTLshop.com. The TMA Golf Club head covers are now available.
Oh.
Chris Heck, the Plowhawks opponent this afternoon at 2 p.m., balls in the air for the Michelob Ultra Fan Page Club Championship. Here, Plowhawk, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Appreciate it.
He's the designer of these head covers. They are now available. In Jackson, we only have 60?
70. I'm sorry, I made that mistake. We have 70.
Doug, there are only 70 available.
70?
So if you want one, go to TMASTLshop.com. I would imagine we can reorder, but I think Chris was only able to do 70 out of the gate. So that is there at TMASTLshop.com. And then we put it to the people. Doug, you always say, power to the people.
Yeah, that's been my slogan for a long time now.
And said, what T-shirts would you like Mike Flanagan and his staff to design for this Blues Avalanche series, which will get underway tomorrow night at approximately 9 o'clock in Denver. The Stanley Steamer Clown Nose has been created.
Has it
The
really?
Stanley Steamer Clown Nose has Plowhawk. Here you go. Take it.
I don't know if I saw. Oh my gosh! And the sunglasses too. That's so money.
I was gonna go no sunglasses, and then Jackson said I kind of like the sunglasses, and every inclination I've had on merch has been wrong.
Yeah,
so then I go, if somebody says this, then I'm going, okay, I think that's not right, but I've been wrong, so therefore I will go with that person because I'm always wrong. So that is up. Puck Cronky, Doug. That is available for wares at TMASTLshop.com. Jackson loves that one.
With an orange P.
Yeah, I think that's fire. The puck on that one is so cool.
Again, I love like where you can incorporate like something instead of a letter. I'm a big fan of that. That's a
incorporate something instead of
like
an
object. Like an object. Like that puck is now the O for.
Oh, I see.
The chant you will hear Saturday night at 8 p.m. in St. Louis, probably 8:25, or is it 7 o'clock? I think Saturday night's a 7 o'clock start.
The night that we could stay up late, that's the early start.
Right.
And the night we need to get to bed, that'd be the late start.
Right. Cronky Sucks in the Blues colors is up. Now, this is my personal favorite. And we told people we would send the money. Scott Wozniak was the one who came up with the Cronky Clown Nose. He has said give the $100 that we are paying people for their designs and the permission to use their designs. He wants that to go to Birdies for Bipolar. God
what a
bless him.
gentleman.
What a nice.
That's a treat.
And so that's what we will do with that. And then this one is my own personal favorite, and a gentleman by the name of Mark. Doug, would you pronounce it Keysweater?
I think Key Sweater is how I say it.
Came up with this idea. It's somewhat inside baseball, but if you're paying attention to this show and the Blues Run, you know. The shirt says kids, vacuuming, and the S word in honor of the Craig Berube post-game speech following the win against the Wild, directed at Tyler Bozak and Molly Bozak, who is very active on the Twitter tweets, kids, vacuuming, and S, and that is in both Navy and in the Blues colors. All available right now at tmastlshop.com. And Jackson, did you have some bundle deal with the golf shirts?
Yeah, we're gonna do that later in the week. We're gonna let the the first couple orders come in, then we'll do a bundle deal.
All right, there it is. So it's at tmastlshop.com. Tip of the cap to the listeners who came up with designs. Mike Flanagan and his staff were working over the weekend, and Chris Heck, the Plowhawks opponent, this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And Doug, this is a perfect day for you to be out there covering it. This will be fun for you to walk along with the players this afternoon. Me and Matt, is it Portel or is it Portal?
I would say Portel.
Portel?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
his
we
family
won't-
started the pizza business.
We won't be out there today, basically for lack of interest and lack of news value.
I don't understand.
Those two big things are really working against you.
But I'll be putting for triple bogey, Doug, and you kind of need to be able to be there.
Yeah, you need to be able to see how he
I've seen him
trundles
miss
that
it.
ball in at around 3 o'clock on the cup.
I don't know that there's any need for anyone to be out there.
It could be perfect.
You're expecting the news stations to all show up there with the live trucks and everything and just
Rich Gould will be there.
blast it all over the country?
Rich Gould, Sports Director Emeritus.
He has retired.
Sports Director Emeritus.
I mean, ESPN just did a feature.
That's
We
correct.
all had
Yep.
interviews.
That's
I did.
correct.
I wanted Tom Rinaldi. You know.
Who'd you get?
I got Tom Rinaldi.
Oh, did you? Okay, that's good. They sent another reporter out there, and you said, "No, I want Rinaldi."
It'll be a perfect weather, which is half the battle in terms of a good golf match. You're not too hot, not too windy, not raining. It's pretty much, I would say, perfect out there, Doug.
Yeah, I would say this is about as good.
Shot-
Plowhawk has described it as scoring conditions.
For somebody, yeah. Yeah, someone's gonna score.
Well, did you practice at all before this match?
I mean, I'm just. The inevitable will happen. I just hope it's a good battle. I hope, we can make it to 15, 16, 17.
He worked on his game Friday.
Yeah, he did.
Do you understand match play?
Well, we have the booklet. Each player gets the Tim McKernan match play
He'll
booklet.
be in
wrote a
Tim's
book.
group.
Okay.
I wrote
He's
a
in
book.
Tim's group, so Tim can explain as we go along.
Okay.
Now I'll explain how the
Because it
theory
is
works.
hard.
You call Tim over. Hey, Tim, I need a ruling. When I hit this, what happens in match
Exactly
play?
right.
If I win the hole, do I get a point?
That's correct.
Is this all about my total score? You have to ask that every 2-3 holes.
That's
just to be
correct.
clear.
A lot of people don't know it.
How do I mark it on my scorecard?
I don't know. Don't look at me.
And it's a magical week in general because Wednesday night at Maggie O'Brien's, the Engineer Design Facilities presentation of TMA Live. It's great to be working with Maggie O'Brien
Yes, it is. Yes, it
and
is.
Eddie McVeigh. We
Yeah, we
like
missed
Maggie
that.
O'Brien's and we like and respect Eddie McVeigh, and it's great to be in business with them for TMA Live on Wednesday night. And that will take place at 7 p.m. with Lisa and In Town Jack. How do you do? And then on Thursday and Friday, Michelob Ultra presents the Dotem at Normandy. Wow. Wow.
It's a big week for our little
Wow.
presentation.
That's right.
Huge
It's a
week.
fabulous week for this particular presentation. It's something we look forward to all year. And now here it is.
And we really haven't had a Dotem since 2019.
Right.
I saw the trophy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you see it at?
I think Tim posted a picture of it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been off the fan page all weekend. I missed all the T-shirt stuff.
So the winning foursome will share this trophy?
That's right.
All right. And the winner of the Fan Pin Club Championship gets this handsome nautical
That
blue
handsome
blazer.
jacket, yeah.
And a trophy.
Nice.
Well, and you could probably have Lisa Ann sign, the winning ball, the one that goes in the
Oh,
cup.
the one that
So-
goes in for the 21 under.
So
Oh my
each,
God.
Don't, Tim. Don't rile 'em up.
Oh, there'll be at least a 19.
You think everyone will play this on the up and up?
It's going to be tough to pull off the crap because you have eightsomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless the other foursome doesn't care if you're cheating.
Right.
But then there'll be word getting around the pavilion that, hey, we played with them and they cheated 3 strokes.
Hey, buddy, what's the word at the pavilion?
So if you want to cheat, chances are the word will get out that you cheated. So if you want to embarrass yourself, go ahead.
Doug, if you
Some
want to
people are
embarrass yourself,
welcome.
that's up to you.
They're welcome to embarrass themselves?
Correct.
I think it's a good time. I think, the vibes will be there. Like you say, we haven't had a real Dotem in a few years. I think the weather, looking at the Strokecast, pretty much going to be that perfect type of weather we're having now. I'm just super excited about all the patrons. You can have a lot of people, from Hubbard out there, Learn, Courtney. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I believe Courtney will be there. We went out on Friday and went hole by hole, fly over with Dogtown Ty and his drone. And I know Courtney was Courtney in her show sponsoring 14. I think they're on 14.
14. I think they're on 14.
Nice. Randy Character and Michelle Smallman. The very difficult number 7 par 5. Just impossible to reach in 2. Maybe Aunt Peg. Maybe Dustin Johnson.
I don't know.
Maybe Cameron Champ. But other than that, those are the only 3 people I can think of who could reach that in 2. That's where they will be. I know Hubbard Radio is going to be set up on number 16, par 3. And Learn will be riding around with Iggy on Thursday.
Oh.
Huge day.
For how long?
Huge day.
I don't know. She said we'll talk this week. She said she can probably just drive around until about 12:30, and I'm going to try to talk her into just voice track your show Thursday and just stay out all day.
I don't think she can do that.
Well, she's out there representing the station, so I'm sure she could voice track her show and take the day off.
My guess is she's never been to a Dotem. If that's the case and you're a little concerned, having that embedded excuse of a time to leave
Nice, Plowhawk, you're right.
is always clutch, especially once you get that out there days in advance of the tournament. Everybody knows that you won't be able to stay the entire time. That's a pro move. Learn's been around the block a time or 2.
And I think she figures 2 hours in the cart with me is probably about as much as she can take.
I don't think she's worried about you, per se. I think you two have a good rapport.
You're not going to be handsy, are you?
Only the people that try to get frisky with her, I'll throw fist.
Throw fists.
Is that the term?
I think it is.
That sounds
You're
like a real
threatening
brawler.
to throw fists. Okay.
No fighting, please.
And then I think I've decided Friday, I think I'm just going to camp out on 9 and just putt for the groups on 9. Because that's a kind of a hard hole. There's not going to be probably a lot of gimme putts, like you could have on a par 5. No use doing that because there'll probably be a lot of people just knocking them up there close. So 9 is a kind of a hard hole to get close into. So I think I'll just make putts on 9 for both groups. I'll make the first putt or I'll attempt it, and if I miss it, at least you know the line. So I think I'll do that.
It is right by the clubhouse, too.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to play golf, but if I buy a foursome, can I have a donut on Thursday? Thanks. That's from the 913.
Boy.
Sure.
I don't know.
Oh, boy, we're worried about donut theft. Are we going to have enough donuts for all these people?
I kind of said just do what you want to do. I just made a suggestion. If you want to come out and make an ass of yourself, come on out.
And a person makes an ass of himself if he takes a free donut?
If he's not playing and he
I
comes
could
to
have
show
had
up,
donuts down in Lewisburg and cider.
Well, we have cider.
go to Lewisburg. Get yourself a donut. Not Belnor, is that where it is?
Yeah.
Belnor.
I don't drink a lot of cider.
I don't think I've ever had cider in my life.
Apple cider?
No.
It's tart.
Yes, it is. It's not something I ever think of to order.
I saw you 3-jack a 10-foot putt on Twitter. Why would anybody want you putting for them?
You were putting pretty good. You was putting pretty
That's
good.
from the 314.
Where'd you see a 3-putt? That was a gimme. That was a gimme putt.
If you're out there putting, who's guarding the donuts?
Who's guarding Tom Salt and Smoke?
That's why he's on 9.
Iggy's the donut guard.
Tim's brother. Yeah, maybe Friday I'll just sit by
I don't know
the
how
donuts.
much time Kevin will be spending at the at the festivities.
Yeah, Friday I'll just sit right there and be like, you playing? Get away. No,
The
get,
fists are gonna
drop that.
fly.
I don't know what Holiday did to
Guys, I
Plowsy's
don't want
ball.
leather in his nerves putting for anything for our team. That's from the 8:30 record.
I just imagine Iggy sitting on like an apple crate smoking next to the donuts, asking to see your receipt for the tournament.
And nobody's taking his offer of putting that 10-footer.
Yeah, well, when your texter gets up, when you get up there, just say, I don't want you putting again. I won't. I'll just walk right away. What do you got to lose? It doesn't count. It's an extra putt. What if I make it and the rest of you jokers probably wouldn't have?
Now,
So I
don't
gave you a
call them
birdie.
jokers.
If you don't want me to putt, say, Iggy, we'd rather not. Let's walk away. Do what you want, boys. I'll be up in the cart.
Would you have your feelings hurt?
Not at all.
I'd love to see your reaction if there was like a 4 or 5 footer and everybody goes, "Nah, I'm good." Iggy."
Well, what would be the downside? It's just an extra putt.
That's what I said. It's an extra putt. And
Is it a celebrity putt or is it taking the place of
No,
somebody?
you can't be taking places.
Okay.
Of people.
No,
That would be
I
a
have to
problem.
take it.
paid to play, they can play.
it's an extra putt. Just like on long drive holes, you bring in a pinnacle long drive guy. You can use his shot.
That's why-
Normally, nobody uses his shot because half the group is further off the tee than he is. But if I miss it, so what? You got 4 more putts. It's like I didn't putt it at all.
Well, these head covers are going quick, Jack.
Oh,
Moving.
They're moving quick. If you win a head cover, Chris Heck's going to be getting a reorder here, isn't he, Jackson?
Yeah, at this rate, I mean, yeah, get it while you can.
Holy moly.
They're sweet.
TMASTLshop.com is where you can get them right now. TMASTLshop.com, along with the Cronky Clown Nose, Cronky Sucks t-shirt, the kids vacuuming and S, which are also moving. And what was the other one? Oh, Puck Cronky. There it is. Doug Blues and Avalanche tomorrow night. Puck will drop at 8:46.
I noticed the last game they played, we talked about exactly when the puck would drop, and it dropped at 8:51, only because Adam Wainwright banged on that drum kind of slow, and the national anthem was a little long, and so the puck didn't drop until 8:51 exactly.
Well, the boys will be ready.
Well, yeah, let's hope they're ready.
It's not going to be on Bailey's.
Yeah, like that just puts me in a better place mentally.
That it won't be on Bailey's?
Yeah, and we were thinking about another T-shirt idea of just an all-black shirt with a little tiny faded lettering in the corner. It says Bailey's.
Oh.
And that's what it is. It's basically just a tease. But yeah, I'm super excited about this series.
Do you have True TV? Because you may have to watch some of it on there.
I do. I have YouTube TV.
Is it on True TV? Is that what it is?
Well, I think if the game goes in overtime or goes long, they'll start
Right.
the game on True TV.
Really?
That's how they usually TBS or True TV.
I'm gonna be locked in. Absolutely.
Or ESPNU.
Let's see. Tomorrow night is TNT. 101 ESPN for the radio, TNT for the television. Blues and Avalanche. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine.
And we got Doug. It's the province of Alberta in one conference semi, and it's the state of Florida in another conference semi with Patty Maroon and the Ning getting through after the Leafs failed to win a series yet again. So
18 years in a row.
That's now 18 years in a row, and they were up 3-2 on that one. The Pittsburgh Penguins really let one get away. They were up 3-1 in their series, and they had a 2-goal lead in Game 5, lost. They had a 2-goal lead in Game 6, lost, and had a 1-goal lead in the third period last night against, Doug, you call them the Blue Shirts of Broadway?
Yeah, that's what I've always called them.
The Rangers, and the Rangers win that in overtime. And then the Dallas Stars lose in overtime to Calgary. And so it'll be the Flames and Oilers there, the Rangers and Hurricanes now on the other side, along with the Ning and the Panthers for the state of Florida battle, and the Blues and the Avalanche for the Cronky Cup. Doug, that is taking place starting tomorrow night in Denver. How do you do?
Oh, I'm fine. It was a great weekend to watch these games, basketball and hockey both, all these Game 7s.
Is there anything better than a Game 7 overtime?
Oh, I was locked in. Whole family was watching, actually.
Calgary and Dallas, man. I couldn't have enjoyed that more.
I gotta be honest. I was in Columbia on Saturday, and the Lightning and Maple Leafs game was on, and I was locked in.
I watched a lot of the Penguins and the Broadway Blue Shirts. Is what I call
That's
them.
what you always have called them.
Yeah, that was another overtime game. And then I also watched quite a bit of Dallas and Phoenix and the NBA. What a horrendous basketball game that was.
Yeah.
About Luka.
God, it's hard to watch the NBA sometimes.
Did you watch the game beforehand?
No.
Right. That was a great game. Well,
I mean,
Boston
Phoenix
kind of took it to them.
Phoenix could not have been any worse.
No, they played. That was the worst. I mean, they're the NBA regular season champs. They were.
Yeah.
They played the worst game, worst playoff game I've ever seen. Like, it was the worst performance I've ever seen in the playoffs.
They're down 25 almost immediately.
Yeah.
They had 27 points at half.
Luka had as many points as they had as a team.
And how Luka Doncic does it, I don't know, because he doesn't look very fast, and somehow he always gets a shot, and he hits that step-back jumper from anywhere, and they can't stop him.
He's unbelievably skilled, and he's been a pro since he was 16.
Yeah.
And so that's how he does it.
Only basketball I watched was Winning Season.
How are you enjoying it?
Winning time.
Are you
It's
enjoying
called
it?
Showtime. I am on episode 10. I was too tired last night to finish episode 10.
Isn't it amazing?
I can tell you how it ends. They win the championship.
Ah!
I knew that. They kicked Spencer Haywood off for crack.
There's spoilers everywhere.
Oh.
Well, spoiler.
Well, that
alert,
was
that's
history
all
that the Lakers won, so it's not much of a
Yeah,
spoiler.
it's
Jerry West says it is in history.
happened 40 years ago, so. Yeah, it's good.
This guy's not happy with Jackson. Dude, the Celtics won by like 20 plus. How was that a great game? Moron.
You got
34.
3/4 of it was fairly close.
Some of our friends from Balloon Party might be matriculating to the HD2 when Randy and Michelle are in a break. It's our Munganass 7 o'clock hour. Munganass St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, also sponsor of the Dotem this week. The great Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton Patterson want to work with the best. Work with Munganass, stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. You can shop online right now there for both new and pre-owned cars. And then also, even if you didn't get your car from Munganass, you can get it serviced at Munganass if you'd like. I will be happy to introduce you to Jamie and to Clayton. Just email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, or contact me via DM on social media, and you will be introduced to the best. And that best is Munganass, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. And we have a new sponsor here on the show, Doug.
Have we?
Another new sponsor on the show.
Fabulous.
Let's take a look. It's Muggsy, Jackson.
Oh, dude, it looks so fly.
Muggsy jeans, baby.
Look at this.
What do you have there?
New jeans, baby.
Britches?
New jeans. What you got? You got them too, Plowhawk? You got them too?
Oh, we should all hold ours up.
Yeah, I went with a light blue.
Oh,
So I think they'll look good.
these are new britches.
All black everything. Black cars,
Oh, dude,
black
they feel
cars,
so
all
good.
black everything.
Oh, yeah.
What color you think I went with?
Was pink an option?
I didn't see any pink.
Ah, then there you go. That would have been my play.
They got pink. It's more
You
like a
got
salmon,
Bob,
but they
Iggy?
White.
Oh, that'll shave 3 strokes off your game.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum. Minimum.
You can only wear that after Easter and not after Labor Day.
That's correct.
Just
See-
after Easter.
I got khaki.
classic.
I got the khaki trousers.
Classic.
They call them the Belmonts.
Plowhawk, I
got
like
what
your
I
blue. You
want.
look like Justin Thomas.
I have a lot of things that go with light blue,
Yeah.
and I just don't have the pant.
See, I got an even lighter blue, and I threw mine on this morning just to try them on. And let me tell you, fellas, something. You guys are in for a treat when you throw these bad boys on your legs.
Bill.
They feel so
What's so nice about them, boy?
Just the most damn comfortable jeans around. They're stretch jean for men. More room for your boys, you know.
What does that mean, Doug?
Oh, I
More-
think
it's
he
just-
means the grapes.
Yeah, it's more room for your balls. I put them on, and it felt like my balls just went on a vacation.
Oh.
I'm serious. I mean, I was
I
like,
see that in a copy.
oh my god, I was so comfortable. I took
Confusing
one.
this with the manscaping.
No, I took one good squat, Doug, and
Oh,
What is going on?
these things were immediately broken
Freaking
in.
blue.
They're perfect. I mean, free your balls once and for all with Muggsy jeans.
We have a lot of new sponsors that just like to take care of our nuts.
It literally, the copy does indeed say, free your balls
It
once
does.
and for all with the most comfortable jeans on planet Earth at Muggsy.com. That is the deal.
TMA promo code TMA.
Promo
for
code
10%
TMA,
off.
10% off. Jackson?
10% off those. I mean, I put these on, and you know, Doug, you know me, and obviously you're more known for it, but you know, when you got a tush like me, you want to show it off. When you got that ass,
What's going on right now,
Bubble butt.
Doug?
He has a bubble
He's
butt.
working blue.
you want to show it off,
does.
and these jeans show it off without tightening around the balls. I'll be honest with you, they're stretchy enough where you're going to be comfortable at all times, but really stylish enough where people are going to, you know, almost break their neck looking at you like, ooh, look at those pants. And then the colors they offer. Oh, and then with the promo code TMA for 10% off.
How do you do?
You're cooking with gas when you're wearing these Muggsy jeans.
How do you do?
Super breathable too. I mean, on a hot day you could wear them. You know, they're just super comfortable.
Yeah, they're not denim. Like, it's not like the heavy,
Right.
itchy, you know. They
Jeans for the future, Plazzy.
feel great.
Maybe we should all wear them Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And kind of let the listeners check out our
just-
butts.
Absolutely. Take
Show
some
how free
videos.
our nuts really are.
Do some squats. Do some plyometrics in them. Because
Here they
they're
come,
super
the
stretchy.
Muggsy 5.
I'm going to put a QR code right on my gooch.
Oh,
I'm going to have to get really down in there to...
oh.
Yeah. You never have to sacrifice feeling good and looking good. You can do both.
Nice, nice, nice. Muggsy, welcome aboard TMA. And once again, for our listeners, the promo code is TMA, and you get 10% off your entire order with Muggsy. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine. Even better now that I've got these new trousers.
Yeah, these are nice. Doug and Ryan Kelly is the title sponsor of the show. Ryan Kelly is going to be at the Dotem this week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be great to see him.
I think making Bloody Marys, right?
I believe that is the case. You are
Maybe
correct,
if
sir.
you'd like to save some money, you go in and talk with Ryan. Ask him how. Imagine a life without credit cards when you don't have to worry about when you get paid next. Now imagine without stress getting through the month where you have real cash in the bank and you have the opportunity to take your family on that much-needed vacation. Home values are at an all-time high right now. This is a great time for a cash-out refi. The home loan experts' average client received $54,000 at closing on their cash-out refi. Pay off your debt within 21 days or less. Apply today for the simple cash-out refi at thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan Kelly likes to take care of everyone. He's got that VA loan with the great program for the veterans. He's got the teacher appreciation loan. He's got the worker in the union loan. If you're a teacher or a union worker, you get a $500 gift card if you close a refi or an original mortgage. Ryan Kelly and his staff are there to take care of you. Remember, 5 minutes could save you $500 a month or more on your loan. Just go to thehomeloanexpert.com.
There it is. Ryan Kelly, title sponsor of this show. Doug, last night in a stunning development, Albert Pujols took the mound. Here's a clip of the Cardinals sending Albert Pujols to the mound in the ninth inning of a blowout victory over the San Francisco Giants.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
I think this is it.
Oh, no.
I think it's the post game.
What's that?
Oh,
no.
I see.
Gosh.
My bad.
We'll do it live.
No, it was mine.
We will
It was
do it
my
live.
bad.
But when
All right, hit the lever, please.
They needed somebody, volunteer to get out there, and I think they were looking for. And I was like, hey, I'll go out there. And they're like, you sure? I was like, why not? So this is always like a dream come true for me. It was fun to be out there, and definitely it's not easy. Being in first base, third base early in my career, now getting on the mound out there, I mean, you need to get credit a lot of these guys sometimes. It's not easy to throw a strike out there, and I was just trying to just throw the ball down the middle,
Doug, that's what he did.
That he did. I think he was trying to throw it so slow that it would mess with their timing because he threw a couple fastballs that were like 62 miles an hour. I think if he'd thrown as hard as he could, maybe low 80s, they would have killed him. They did kill him anyway. They hit a couple of home runs. But he almost got that double play there that would have got him out of the inning. He'd have given up no runs. He'd have a 0 ERA when he goes in the Hall of Fame. Now his ERA is 36.
Is this the new Albert Pujols for the final year? I mean, he's sometimes he'll go a
sounds
week.
like someone didn't like it.
No, I do like it. But you never see an Albert like this. I mean, he'll go a week without even playing. Doesn't complain. That's his role. He goes in, you want to go pitch and make a fool of yourself for an inning, give up 4 runs? Yeah, I'll do it. You just never saw the side of Albert Pujols before.
Well, I don't think he really made a fool of himself.
Well, no, but I mean, you knew what was going to happen. But, there's no way, in 2010, if they're winning a game 20-0, La Russa said go out there and pitch. Sure, I'll go pitch.
No, you wouldn't do that.
They're going to sit on the bench for 5 days because we got a couple other DH. Okay, no problem. I don't think that would have happened.
No, it wouldn't. But he wasn't 42 or 3 years old.
That's what I'm saying. It's a new Albert Pujols. His final year, he's kind of just enjoying himself, which is fun to see.
I think everybody enjoyed seeing that last night. They could have brought some other position player in. You wouldn't have thought much about it. But just the fact that it's him, one of the greats of all time, out there doing it, and laughing and smiling, having a good time. It was fun.
No, I have no problem with it at all. I'm just saying this is a new Albert Pujols we're seeing for the final time. And
Yes.
kind of enjoying himself, which I like to see. I don't think he's going to get to 20-something home runs. He's not going to get to 700 playing like once a week.
No. Last night he had a good night. He had 2 hits and 2 walks on base like 5 times.
Yeah, that's like the, second time he played this week?
Yeah, I think. I'd like to see him hit more just because no other DH is doing anything. Although he hadn't hit right-handed pitching very well. He hadn't hit much at all before last night, really.
Well, now that Sosa's playing and you want Yespis in there to...
Yespis.
Yespes, and then
Yepes.
Corey Dickerson.
Yepes. Juan Yepes.
I changed the letters.
Right. Okay. Does he know this?
You're giving his own identity.
Right. He does look like a good hitter. And it's 2 games in a row that O'Neill has sat.
That bothers the Prime Minister.
It does, because I thought I had a real smart little draft when I took O'Neill. I did the same thing last year. I drafted him, and he had a bad first month. I cut him, and then he went on to have this all-star caliber year. I did it again. How long do you hang on to him? I don't know. I'm in the same boat as Mozeliak. I don't know. When somebody puts up a year like he had, you know that it's in there, and so it's tough just to cut bait. It took him 2 years to cut bait on DeYoung. And I saw the first night he went down to Memphis, he struck out 3 times, took an 0 for 5.
I saw him 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Did he have an 0 for 5 the next night?
The first or second.
I know Gorman had his 13th home run the first night DeYoung was down there.
Yeah, he just hit his 14th as well. But I think...
Did he hit another one yesterday?
Yeah. DeYoung, I think, got 3 RBIs.
Oh, did he? All right.
So, obviously he's passing Gorman now.
Southside Seaman to go pick him up. Well, Doug, the Cardinals took 2 or 3 from a good baseball team.
Yeah, they did.
I think that might be the first series win they have against a team with a winning record. And they pounded the baseball last night against the Giants. And now they head off to Queens to take on the Mets 4-4.
We'll see some tough pitching there with the Mets. Hopefully they can keep the bats going. We're still seeing the Python offense where they score 10 runs one night and then nothing for 2 or 3 days and then 15 and level that out just a little bit. When you get the big boys hitting, when Goldschmidt and Arenado are hitting again, you're going to score some runs. And they both looked very good last night again, so maybe get those guys hot and it'll help the rest of the lineup.
Guys, I'm with the Bridge Troll. It's fun to see Albert enjoying his time being back. The reaction to Yachty's home run nearly brought a tear to my eye. That's from Sister Catherine Patricia. She was a principal at St. Mary Magdalene.
Oh, he's on my side, or she's on my side. Yeah,
well, I don't know
it is fun.
about crying over it.
It's kind of like when McGuire came back as a hitting coach after, admitting to doing steroids, and he would acknowledge the fans and sign autographs, and when he'd come out for batting practice, be behind the cage, people would clap, and he'd turn around and wave, and he was never like that, so it was good to see him like that, too.
Right. They mellow a little bit in their old age, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're caught up in the spotlight like those two were, maybe like no other players in the game at some point, it's hard to let your guard down and just goof around and act like you're on vacation there. They were very intense competitors.
Guys, I watched a lot of baseball yesterday. Sure looks like MLB has messed with the ball yet again. When Yachty goes yard with 107 off the bat, you know it's juiced. That's from Hammer and Hank.
I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty hard to believe that they don't have a standard baseball at this point in time, that they can't figure out exactly what the right specifications are for a baseball.
What went the number? 300,000 baseballs per team in a year? Probably more than that. That's a lot of manufacturing.
Every team goes through 300,000? I didn't see that number. That seems like a lot of baseballs. Do they need that many?
Well, you use them most of the time. You use them once and throw them back. I mean,
they become batting practice balls.
I asked Bill DeWitt that one time.
You were at lunch with him, probably?
No, I don't. We're at the ball game. We're just hanging out talking. The third, not Junior.
He saw you and he started hanging out.
The executive suite.
The third, not Junior. And I was just watching, and it was batting practice, and they'd catch a ball and throw it in the crowd, and I said, "Do you ever?" I know you guys, you're not hurting for money, but do you ever sit in a game and you see, a ball touch the dirt, they throw it out, a foul ball, they throw it into the crowd after the inning, do you ever say, quit throwing those away? They cost money? He goes, no, never thought about it.
What's that?
I said, I wonder how much money it costs just the balls that are thrown away that should be used.
Apparently,
hundreds of thousands, I would think.
Average of 8 to 10 dozen baseballs are used each game by each team. So, 120 times 162, about 20,000 baseballs.
If I was an owner, I'd say, quit throwing them in the stands.
Well, that's the way they used to do it. I think going way, way back, a ball hit in the stands, you were expected to throw it back. Just like Little League baseball. You don't get to keep the foul balls at the Afton Athletic Association.
Oh, yeah. They only got 2.
Yeah. They used to keep them in football, too. Now I think they come get them, don't they?
I think they give you a replica ball, but I think they have to keep it for, like, monitoring to make sure that nothing was wrong with that ball, a la Deflategate kind of thing.
I remember some real battles back in the day watching the football Cardinals when Jim Bakken would kick one through the uprights into the stands, some of the fights for the ball because they kept them. But then I know for years they would be forced to throw them back. I think you catch a basketball in the NBA, you ought to be able to keep the ball. They got other balls.
Soccer, throw it back.
No, keep it. It's a nice little souvenir.
I would keep it. I'd run.
Well, I don't know that you need to run. I just think if it goes in the stands, you ought to get to keep it. You think the NBA's hurting for the cost of a basketball?
They'd ask for it back, but that's a keepsake, a soccer ball. So if I got one, I'd just run.
Well, there's no need to run. Just hang on to it.
They would take it away from me. Soccer balls, you got to
that's
get
what I'm
back.
saying. They shouldn't. If it goes in the crowd, all the money that these guys are making, they can afford to have a ball go in the crowd and the fan keep it. I think they're probably more worried about a fight starting over the ability to keep the ball.
Right, but like in baseball, you can catch a foul ball from way up in the stands. In basketball, it's going to be unlikely the ball reaches you in the upper bowl, unless someone kicks it,
Yeah, well,
which has been done before.
Paid a lot of money for those seats down low. You deserve to walk away with a souvenir basketball every now and then.
Doug Watch says, souvenir time. Who used to say that? Big Arsh.
Souvenir time.
Big Arsh used to say it.
You get to keep a hockey puck, too.
You got to keep a bat if it goes into the crowd. If
That's for bats.
Swing and comes off your hand.
Sometimes
goes in
they
the crowd.
ask for the bat back,
They
and
do.
they'll give you another one.
But you don't have to give it back.
Hey, guys, nothing like the Orange Elf name dropping DeWitt to start this beautiful Monday morning. Thanks. That's from the Geyer Inn Bellhop. He takes your bags right when you walk in, the Geyer Inn.
How's that name dropping? You
It's
think
not
I
a
don't
hotel.
know the guy?
Oh, God.
Is that a big deal that I know the president of a baseball team, that I was down there all the time?
Tim, I am going all in now that there was no conversation with Iggy and Bill III. That's from Jake and Kirkwood.
Well, there was. And it was a stupid question on my part, but it's just something I thought of.
Classic. Go to bat.
If I was an owner, I'd say, quit throwing the ball. That's money. That's just wasting money. Just
Like Mr. Burns.
Yeah, the ball touched the dirt. I'm throwing it away. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a perfectly good ball. Put it back in play.
You sound like one of those skinflint owners from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I like how the question started. I know you guys are worth a lot of money.
Well, they are. I'm going to say you guys are cheap.
Oh, I know.
It's just like, the final out of an inning. Throw the ball back to the mound. No, we're going to walk over and throw it into the crowd. Nope. Roll it back to the mound. They're using it next inning.
7:45 in St. Louis. Good time to have some Tullamore Dew, especially on a Monday. A beautiful, Doug, I'm looking out to the southern sky. And there isn't a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful day. Perfect weather in St. Louis. And it's the week of the Dotem. Here's a toast to making a big whiskey in a small town, to keeping your feet on the ground and your eyes on the prize, to the fan pinners in our lives, not to the likes in our phone, to a genuine toast. Over 1,000 hot guys, I mean high fives. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, the world's most popular, least famous Irish whiskey, Tullamore Dew. And think about it. Doug, do you think about Marco Bertorelli?
Well, I think about him a lot. Excuse me. Every time I clear my throat, I think about Marco Bertorelli. Because, if you don't chop up your food just right, you might get something stuck in your throat. But if you go to Bertorelli and you get your knives sharpened, you can chop up your food correctly. That's why they say chop, chop, cheeky. Who is Marco Bertorelli? Well, he's the longest-running sponsor on this show. He's on the Mount Rushmore of sponsors on the morning after. He's got that family-owned Bertorelli Cutlery right down there on the hill. You can swing by and check out the showroom in the front with all the best kitchen knives available, including the brand-new Wusthof Performance line of knives. And then in the back, that's where the party happens. They'll be sharpening your knives as well as knives for the most wonderful St. Louis restaurants and have them slicing like the Dickens. Not just knives, any kind of garden tools. You got a chainsaw, you got a lawnmower blade. They will sharpen anything and do it nice-like. So let the party begin with Bertorelli Cutlery. Check them out, 1927 Marconi Avenue on the Hill, and give them a call at 314-664-4005 or visit them online at BertorelliCo.com. Also, Marco will be at the Dotem, and he's going to give away 300 shirts. Now, only 19 of the 300 are double extra large. So if you're a walrus, you might want to contact Marco and try to reserve one of these double extra large at contact@BertorelliCo.com. That's Marco Bertorelli at Bertorelli Cutlery.
There it is, Bertorelli Cutlery, a wonderful sponsor since 2007 here on TMA. 15 years of Bertorelli Cutlery. one of the original sponsors on TMA. Mark Hanna has been with us for a few years, both on the Tim McKernan Show podcast and now on TMA. Jackson, can you tell the audience about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies?
Best in the business. And working with someone like Mark Hanna is so smart for a number of reasons. A, it's good to have a guy who's so intelligent, but also such a good person, helping you help you out with your finances, but also just the knowledge and advice and wisdom he gives you, which can translate to many different parts of life. But just one of my favorites is he talks about the act of saving money is so important. Every month, saving money. It's so less important what the amount of money is. It's just about the act of saving. Because when you're someone like me who's young, just starting to make a little bit of money, it's good to just start putting money away. And then as the years go on, you might make more money, and then you're already so used to that habit of saving money that the number can go up. And you'll be in such better position when you work with someone like Mark Hanna. That's the kind of advice and wisdom he'll give you, on top of just being a great guy. I love getting on the phone with Mark Hanna. He's so intelligent, but also cares about each individual he works with. So if you don't have a plan, if you don't have someone you work with, I would suggest Mark Hanna, because he is the best in the business. If you already have somebody, I suggest making the switch over to Mark Hanna, and I think you're going to be really happy with that decision.
There it is, Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. It's our Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hours. We broadcast from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug, the odds are out for the series in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's start with the Blues. This number has not changed since Friday. The Avalanche remain minus 380. If you want to win $100, you got to bet 380 on Colorado. If you believe the Blues are going to win, you can bet 100. And if the Blues win the series, you get nearly 3 times your money. They are plus 290. That's a big underdog.
I like that investment. I think you have a shot with that. Blues have a shot against Colorado. I think Colorado overall has proven that during the regular season they're a considerably better team, but I think the Blues have a shot against anybody right now.
I don't know.
You don't think they have a shot? Wait a minute. You don't think our Blue one has a shot?
Well, everybody has a shot, but minus 380. I mean, they know something. They know how good
Somebody went off as an 80-1 long shot in the Kentucky Derby and won that one too.
Well, that horse doesn't know what the odds are.
The jockey did.
And the horse doesn't.
So what? You think the Blues are going to fold because, oh my goodness, it's a 380? We can't possibly win. I won't sit here and listen to you tell me the Blue don't have no chance because Colorado is a big favorite.
So they're down 2-1. Berube gets on somebody's back and starts whipping them.
I hope not.
That's what you do to a horse.
No, that won't work.
No, I hope like hell the odds makers are wrong, but when you put somebody 380, that's, it's happened before, but that's
that has no bearing at all on what happens on the ice.
Well, I think it has a bearing to know what team is a little bit better.
Who? A bearing on who? The players? They could care less.
Your match, your game, your hole.
It'll be a fun series.
No, the players could care less what the odds are.
Oh, I know the players don't care.
Well, they're the only ones that really matter.
But the odds makers know something to make a team almost 400 to 1.
Right. They know how to set a line so that it will be a good betting line.
I think Blues will score first in tomorrow night's game.
Do you?
Wow, look at that.
Now that's more like it.
Well,
I'm not saying the outcome.
Take a look at what the game line is. Well, I'll tell you. I think, of course, now it'll go under, but over 6.5.
Wow. I thought every game would be about 8.
Yeah, Colorado could score on a. I mean, Blues can too. The depth. I mean,
the Lightning and Panthers numbers at 6.5 as well. Blues and Avalanche at 6.5 in Game 1 between the Rangers and Hurricanes, and Game 1 between the Oilers and Flames. Those are both set at 6. Yeah, I would think that there's. I don't know.
Oh, I would go over.
I would take the over, but that means it'll go under.
The Flames will go way over. I feel like they peppered 62 shots and we got 3 goals. Edmonton's dangerous. I think that could be one that you could, bet the over. 6 is pretty.
Plowhawk, you got to pick who plays in the Stanley Cup final right now. Go.
I'll have Colorado in there. Man, that's a tough one. I guess I'll do Colorado and Tampa. I think it's kind of chalky, but
That's okay if that's what you think.
That's what you think. Don't apologize.
Yeah, Tampa just has.
Sometimes chalk.
Doug
days.
Pedigree. Doug
yeah, they just have
Pedigree.
the it factor there in terms of knowing how to get through series. You know, they
Is
don't
Patty
wow
Maroon's
you.
name going on the Chalice 4 straight years? Two different teams?
I think Colorado will win it, but I think that's the most likely scenario. I love Carolina. I love watching them play. I think that'd be fun to get them in the finals. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go Avs Carolina. Avs winning it all.
Yeah, Carolina is good.
So is our Blue Note.
I'm not saying they aren't, Doug. It's just a tough second-round matchup.
Yeah, it is.
I think, we'll take it to 6. I'm not saying it's a sweep by any means, but...
Well, I'd love to see the Blues play Tampa Bay in the finals.
Can you imagine?
Oh, that'd be
Can you imagine, Bill?
That'd be dirty.
That's what I put in the finals in my little bracket that I posted or filled out before it all started.
That'd be fun to watch.
It would be.
That way, even if the Blues didn't win, at least Patty Maroon would have 4.
You don't think we're going to have to look at Kroenke at any point during this series, are we? Are you going to get a shot
Does he
at him?
even
in
go to
an
hockey
spot?
games?
I was about to say, does he go? I don't know if he goes.
I would
if
be
he goes to
shocked.
hockey games.
I think this is kind of a Josh Kroenke moment. I think Stan would be fine if he didn't have to go to Colorado.
He sure as hell won't come here.
No.
Oh, God, no. No.
He almost didn't come here when he owned the team.
Let's see. Makar will wink at us, Doug, right as he's finishing with my wife with his rocket-fueled jug of milk. That's from the recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, of course it was.
Belleville.
Where's my suspension log? Here it is.
That dude got a career ahead of him.
Okay, what's the date, fellas? Is this the 16th? Okay.
Am I
here's
getting
the
Makar
suspension
sloppy
log.
seconds? Is that where I am now?
He's pawning hockey players off on her now.
The recovering alcoholic from Belleville has been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and his name, as we speak, is going into the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension log.
Thank you, Mark Milton.
Who is the STL tax lawyer? It is, indeed, Mark Milton. You have any kind of problem with the IRS, this is the guy you get in touch with. He'll get you off the hook best he can. He is the best in town at resolving any kind of IRS issue you may have. Mark Milton is his name. STLTaxLawyer.com is his website. And the recovering alcoholic has just now gone into Milton's suspension log. I don't expect it feels very good.
Stephen Wildwood is celebrating. Plowsy just said the Avs will win. Yes, I am now placing the wager. And I believe that means he's placing it on the Blues.
Which is fine. I mean, I hope to God that happens. But I think,
That'd be the best.
yeah, I think getting it to 6 games is I mean, getting swept would be tough to look at this season as a positive, even though.
Really? Boy, I would.
I just.
Oh, I see what
sour
you're saying, getting
taste in your
swept.
mouth
I see what
there,
you're saying,
yeah.
getting swept. Yeah, because if they lose to the Avalanche, I mean,
Yeah, it's whatever. But
I mean, you want to win, of course, but I think you recognize what you're up against. Either way, now they have an opportunity to beat the best. Doug, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah.
I am the man, baby. Rolex time 24/7. Camera, it's been your pleasure.
Okay. Yeah.
There's always a chance. Just remember, before the playoffs started on TNT, Gretzky had
the Blues and Hurricanes, right?
Blues in Carolina. He said the Blues are built for the playoffs. I don't know what that means, but he said this team is built for the playoffs.
And maybe it is better to face the best team in your conference in the second round rather than in the Western Conference Finals because, you would have to go through another 6 or 7 game series to get to Colorado. You're a little bit more beat up. Maybe injuries happen. So this is probably the healthiest we'll probably be in the series. So you might as well get it, out of the way, I guess you could say, now rather than,
I suppose.
chance injury or, just a long 7-game series with a team prior.
The Blues have a healthy and hot goaltender right now.
Yeah, I think this
that
is the best
helps.
time to play him.
Yeah, Bennington has shown if he gets hot, we can win this baby.
Yes, he has.
And they have great balanced scoring. Maybe that's what he means by being built for the playoffs. You're not counting on 1 or 2 guys to get the bulk of the goal scoring. The Blues send out 3 lines where everybody scored 20 goals or more.
Guys, do they give every Calgary fan a jersey, or do you go to prison if you show up without one? Thanks. That's from Larry Thornton.
I noticed they were almost all wearing the same red jersey.
Sick atmosphere.
Seal of Red. Sea of Red. Seal of Red also.
Maybe it was a giveaway.
No, that's pretty much every game there.
Yeah, their jerseys are very underrated.
Battle of Alberta. 2 hours and 58 minutes in between the cities if you're driving, and they will be passionate rivals over the next 10 days.
Well, I've never made that drive from Calgary to Edmonton. I doubt I ever do at any point in my life. I have virtually no reason at all to make that drive.
Should we do a remote in Edmonton?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Let's do it like the middle of January and see how that goes for us.
I bet it's pretty.
Oh, I bet it's
This time of year, I bet it is.
Yeah.
Right.
What about
January,
December?
I bet
No,
it's just
thank
an Arctic Circle.
No, that'd be
I mean, you're pretty close to the
equator.
No,
Say what
No.
you want, though. That'll be the best series of it all. Of them all.
Did you say it's close to the equator?
That's correct.
Oh, please don't.
I don't think so.
I thought you just said it's
Buck
pretty
Swope will
close
be-
to the equator.
Buck Swope will
I
be
was
working
talking
on
about
that.
something else.
Doug, what do you think the Panthers Lightning's money line is? Go.
Oh, brother. Florida will probably be favored by just a little bit. I don't know. Florida 110? Minus 110? I don't know.
Minus 145.
Oh, that much.
Blue Shirts and Hurricanes.
Blue Shirts. That's the club that I call the Blue Shirts.
Yeah, Blue Shirts
the
are
Rangers.
Broadway.
I'll say the Hurricanes will be favored by about 150.
Minus 165.
Oh,
And then the Battle of Alberta. You've made that drive so many times between
I've
Calgary
never
and
made it, and
Edmonton.
I'm never going to. I'm going to stand up here right now and tell you I will never in my life drive from Calgary to Edmonton. I never will.
But you would drive from Edmonton to Calgary, interestingly
Going
enough.
back the other way, maybe.
A little more
you go
south.
down
A little
south.
closer to the equator.
Yeah.
Like a Southwest type town, a lot of cowboys.
Where, Edmonton?
Calgary.
Calgary?
They had the
That's kind
Saddle
of the-
Dome.
Yeah, that's kind of the reputation it has, I guess.
What do you like in that series?
Well, in that series, I like Edmonton.
Oh, really?
Not me.
Well, then you got to throw 100 on them because you'll get paid 145.
Okay.
Calgary is minus 165 if you
All
want
right.
to bet.
Just based on the drive. The drive is so beautiful there in the summer that I think the people in Edmonton will really be jacked up for this and they'll help the Oilers.
No, I apologize. I was reading the game lines. Florida's minus 150. Carolina's minus 190 against the Blue Shirts.
Wow.
And Calgary is minus 190 against Edmonton.
And I like
So
that.
there are some. Those are big numbers, but even the biggest number is half of the number of the Blues and Avalanche, with Colorado being minus 380.
Now, what does that say in terms of? Is that giving Colorado a lot of credit, or
Well,
is that
I think
discounting?
if Colorado were to face Edmonton, they would be a comparable favorite, assuming health. You know, the health thing is the variable. I think if Krug were healthy, I think it might be slightly, and I'm talking about slightly, I'm not talking about huge, but slightly different. But, you know, I wouldn't imagine we're going to see him. I suppose we'll hear what Craig Berube has to say today.
I wouldn't think so. I haven't read anything that said he was even skating yet.
But if Shen and O'Reilly are like that, those two are like, those numbers need to be in the rafters regardless. Because I love watching those two in playoff time. When you have those guys, I mean, there's always a chance.
I don't know if Shen's will be in there, but I think
Well,
O'Reilly's will be.
Yeah, I mean, I think O'Reilly it's
But yes, I agree with watching Shen in the playoffs.
He's a guy who really ratchets it up.
it's so fun to
His
watch.
body becomes a missile.
Yeah.
Your Body is a Wonderland. John Mayer, 2001?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Close.
That got him
I'm
going.
gonna say 2.
Yeah, 2002.
That was a panty drop.
I'm sure Colorado's not looking at the Blues as a team that they relish facing. They've had some recent success. They got like 9 or 10 guys still off that Stanley Cup team are there, so they know what it takes. They've done it before, and they've got the hot goalie, and they've got well-rounded scoring. It's not a team that I don't think anyone would necessarily relish playing in the playoffs.
I think he's dating Jennifer Aniston in that frame, wasn't
I beg your pardon?
Tim was talking about Bodies of Wonderland.
I was just talking about the Blues and how well suited they were for a playoff run.
Tim was talking about John Mayer before that.
Well, I
going
mean, it
back
was a
to that.
brief drop in. I said 2001. You said you thought 2002, and then we'd moved on to Doug talking, you know, playoff hockey. Really?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean it still was a nice recall. Doug, when was John Mayer with Jennifer Aniston?
2001.
I thought it was after that.
Yeah.
I don't know the years.
08 to 09.
Oh.
Really? There were a lot of... Battle Studies was the...
What?
Nurse?
The album Battle Studies is when he wrote a lot of songs about Jennifer Aniston.
Was he with Minka Kelly?
I believe so.
Who was he banging in the early 2000s?
Yeah,
Or
he was with
just
Minka
very-
Kelly. He was been with Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jessica Simpson, Minka Kelly, Jennifer Aniston, I said that, and Katy Perry.
Jessica Simpson.
Oh, that's quite a career.
And I would say he's probably been with more women than those 5, honestly.
I don't know. I think he was celibate before he became famous.
Iggy, of those 5, who would be your preference? And I know you've had them all.
Probably Katy Perry.
Katy Perry gets the nod for Iggy.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, he was with Taylor Swift, too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't she write a bunch of songs about him?
Well, that's pretty common for her, Swifter.
Swifter.
Oh, you dumped me? Here comes an album.
I think at the time they were dating, Jessica Simpson is up there.
I think it's Megyn Kelly in The Walk.
See, I don't... is she the one in Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
Yeah, she ruined it for me.
Oh, no. Look at Kelly taking shrapnel at 8:03.
What'd she do?
She was a little emotional. I know she had a lot of family thing going on. Obviously, her quarterback boyfriend, got in.
Are you unhappy with her because of the character she played on the show?
I think it ruins her sex appeal based upon the character she played in Friday Night Lights. And that's no knock against her. It was a, I understand why she took the role. For me, ain't doing it.
Yeah. I can see why you're upset.
Although in Euphoria, she kind of had that comeback. She did look pretty good in that little part in Euphoria.
She played a mom, didn't she?
Yeah. And that's more her style. She did not look like a high schooler there in Friday Night Lights.
I finally watched the last 2 episodes of Euphoria.
Well, sometimes when they have a movie about high school kids, you find out the actors are in their 30s. Yeah. You forget until you walk the halls of a high school just how young some of those people look.
Back in Mizzou this week, I was like, oh, boy, I do look somewhat older than some of these kids who are walking around.
I remember when I was in high school, we thought we were grown adults at that point. We pretty much had all the answers.
You did have all the answers.
17 or 18.
And you look back on it and you did.
Yeah, not so much.
You changed nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, Body is a Wonderland's about Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's from Scooter.
There's another one that's,
Uh-oh, Plowhawk is
He's
really...
Oh.
Well,
don't say aight.
Well, for him...
Did you just say she's aight?
I think that's more personality. I don't think she seems as fun.
Okay.
Every year, Mr. Skin does a poll. Which
Clip that off.
Which actress...
People are still going on this.
Yeah. Which actress who has not gotten nude in a movie would you like to see naked? And Jennifer Love Hewitt wins every year.
Who votes? I need to know who votes.
Families.
Is it executives?
No, it's just like a poll that Tim would put up.
How often do you check that website?
I'm going to fire that one up.
Skin puts a poll out. Who would you like to see naked that has never been nude in movies before? And Jennifer Love Hewitt wins every year.
Does she?
Is that kind of like the Nielsen rating? They send out like a pamphlet and have like families.
A $5 bill in it.
The guy's got millions of people on his subscribe to his website. He puts it on the website and people vote.
You subscribe there?
I got a freebie.
Of course.
From Fluff.
No, I had to change it. They finally got rid of that one. I had to redo the whole thing.
Because Fluff had it.
Maybe it's because I haven't used it in a while. But because Jeff Burton, about a month ago, texted me during the show, goes, "What's your Skin password? It's not working."
Oh, no.
So he's over there during the Riz show looking up Mr. Skin.
No, every once in a while they do some contest or something where they use Mr. Skin to verify stuff, and he couldn't get on, so I had to get him a new password.
He's the Snopes of porn.
What?
Is that what it is, Snopes?
Snopes.
What's that fact-finding website?
I think you're right.
Snopes.
I also say Buck Swope, too.
I don't know.
Guys, John Mayer said Jessica Simpson was sexual napalm. Very intriguing. That's from Scooter.
What does that mean?
I mean, she El Fuego in bed.
And will give you cancer when it's all is said and done?
Oh, she'll melt your face. I don't know if that's a good
She'll
thing.
do what now?
Well, that's what napalm does, right? Melts your skin.
Yeah. It burns everything.
I think it'll be worth it.
Who'd want that?
Take it over to Jennifer Love Hewitt.
A burned
A lot of people
face?
taking shrapnel this morning.
Yeah, Jennifer Love and Minka Kelly.
She was a lovely actress. She is a lovely actress.
I didn't say anything about their acting.
You said you'd rather have a burned face.
Pleasure-wise.
Oh.
I didn't say, who I want to star in my next feature film.
Okay.
Your thoughts are welcome on the topic the morning after at InsideSTL.com. For our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day comes your way at 9:45 and our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour on Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock, and you might want to get there early at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. Engineer Design Facilities presents TMA Live, our first one at Hubbard Radio, and it's going to be a pony as Lisa Ann joins the show for the first time in 3 years. The Lisa Ann Dating Game. Iggy, any new contestants apply for these festivities Wednesday night at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills?
Nope.
Okay. Big Mike is in.
And here's your roll call.
Yep.
And this is an official. I'm reminding you.
Is it too late to get in?
No, but tomorrow is the cutoff day.
Oh.
Eric and Vanessa, Brian and his wife, Sharice and Jason, Big Mike and his fiancee, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is your reminder. Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Those are the five couples.
There it is. This officially serves as a reminder.
Yes. If you don't show up, too bad.
Okay.
And the cutoff probably isn't tomorrow because if we do have a couple fall out and somebody shows up, I would think we let them in, right?
Oh, sure.
We could do pre-vetting.
Oh, absolutely.
You can look at the Facebook page, bring some credentials with you.
If they just show up live in person and we see that they're actually there in the flesh to play, they'd be allowed in, right?
And don't go behind my back.
Now, what does that mean?
Like, sneak around to Lisa Ann. Lisa Ann, can we get in the game?
Sure, they could.
You're out.
No, if she says yes, you're going to
go behind my back, you're out.
You're going to deny her a chance to pick someone that she might be interested in?
She doesn't know these people.
She will if they went behind your
Yeah,
back.
if somebody just comes up, hi, we want to get in. Lisa Ann's going to be too nice to say, no, you're out. She goes, oh, sure. So don't do that.
I'm in, but my wife refuses to attend. That's Steve in Wildwood.
All right.
And you're not in.
Yeah, I think he's in.
I just think Ray King and his girlfriend, what was it?
It was a
Van
guy.
Mike or something.
You're going to make a sham of this?
Her name is.
The whole thing is a sham.
Well, these are real people.
Well, I'm not saying Ray King isn't real.
All right, is he married to that man?
No, and I agree. It would ruin like.
If he's married to the man, you're in. That's fine. We're not, going to say you can't do it because you're married to a man. But you're not. You're making a fool of yourself.
What if they're just in
and you're making a sham of that by saying, "It's my wife." We know it's not.
I hope they print a fake marriage certificate online and put both of their names on it.
Katesi Chattel, Doug, you remember him from Florida?
I do, yeah. Indian gentleman.
He just posted in the YouTube chat, odds this dating game actually happens, plus 270 is live. That's from Katesi Chattel. He does not think this dating game with Lisa Ann's going to happen.
Why not? It happened last time.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between it actually happening and it being successful because it will happen whether we have one couple or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the success rate of it, you can judge that differently. We don't know that until...
What about the fact that Jennings will be in attendance up from Sullivan, Missouri?
He is.
First time we've seen him in about 3 months.
I know.
Why can't he get a date and go on this dating game with Lisa Ann?
Fine, if he wants to send me an application.
An application? Doesn't he just have to
references?
write in and say, okay, I'll
we need
do it?
references.
An application would be just text me, yeah, I'm in.
You call Seika. Okay, Seika,
He's got
you
a
worked with
girlfriend.
this guy before.
He's got a girlfriend. He can step away and just be a contestant.
Right.
He'll be with Lisa Ann for 2 days. He doesn't need another date.
I don't know. I'd let him decide that. I think he'd be a fine contestant.
And why don't you text him?
Well, hopefully he's listening.
He can't wait. I mean, he gets to drive around with Lisa Ann on Thursday and Friday at Normandy. How do you do?
This is his happy place.
This is it.
You're going to see his face.
Lisa Ann and about, I don't know, 14, 15 KOBs.
The king of beers.
All right.
We'll be drinking Milk Ultras, but...
But people can show up on Wednesday night with a significant other and be involved in this dating game? That's a yes?
If you come up to me and...
Just don't go around your back.
And I'll bet you.
It's not a no, Doug.
No, that wasn't a no.
What if someone goes behind your back and then steals a donut in the next morning?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Well, I will come to you and ask you to ban them on every outlet we have here.
Oh.
YouTube, our app.
If you steal a donut, you're banned?
Well, you'll be reprimanded, and then your government name will be posted.
How about suspended?
I'm going to reprimand him. I'll take a picture of you, and I will post your real name on the fan page. This person stole a donut.
Shouldn't we vote on this as a show?
Now you're going to have people like, this is going to be like hunting now. People are going to be like boasting that they stole a
They're all
donut.
going to be trying to steal it.
Didn't catch me.
Especially for giving out demerits for doing it.
Donuts in St. Louis, they're going to sell so many. People are going to bring their own box to trick Iggy, to get him riled up.
Well, technically, if you're not playing, you shouldn't be there.
Well, that's going to, I mean, you're not going to be able to do that.
I already said.
Doug.
What?
I'd like to be involved in the dating game with my girlfriend, Christine.
Oh.
And that's from Bill's wife.
It's from Kevin Miller, probably.
Bill's wife and Christine, who is probably the wife of Sue.
No, it's probably Daryl and Derek.
I said this last week. You want to come out and have donuts and have Bloody Marys, and you're not paid, and you took up a parking spot for somebody that's trying to park.
That's
playing.
Okay. You said that's okay?
Yeah, come on out. I don't care. Not going to bother me. You want to
think
make
it
an
will
ass of
bother you a
yourself? Go ahead.
lot.
No, it won't really. If you want to make an ass of yourself, go ahead. somebody that paid good money to play in this, and they show up at like 9:30, and there's no place to park. The donuts are gone. And there's somebody off the side. Third glaze. Guess I better go. I'm not playing. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and make an ass of yourself. I don't care.
Bear claws.
They better not steal a bear claw. A glaze is one thing. A bear claw, we have to draw the line at.
I think you call the cops then.
Yeah.
I think you get the authorities involved.
Cheeky Valentino just said, I am going to eat 10 donuts. What do you think about that, Leather?
Go ahead.
I hope we have lots of donuts.
Oh, my God.
Because they're going to be disappearing at an alarming rate.
Donut driving.
Best place.
Donut driving. Salt and smoke for lunch. After party in the pavilion. After party.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
A lot going on.
I'm telling you. I mean, what do we got Maggie O'Brien's on Wednesday night. All right? Then we got the Dotem and Blues playoff hockey on Thursday. Then we got the after party in the Dotem on Friday. And then we got Blues playoff hockey at 7 o'clock on a Saturday night in St. Louis in mid-May.
It's almost a little too much radio
It's
fun.
too much tribbing. That's what it's going to be. If there's such a thing, that's what we're dealing with this week.
You think some of what we're going to be doing this week will cause tripping?
Yes. Yeah, I think this might be a record-breaking moment ever since probably when Lewis and Clark left. I know that they had a big party on the landing right by the old spaghetti factory.
Well,
There was a
they
lot of
left
tripping.
from St. Charles.
Well, that's what made it so interesting.
Yeah, Arm & Hammer baking powder is really loving this week because it's chafing because all the tribbing. So their stock is skyrocketing.
Hawk's right.
Oh.
Daddy Padre says, I want to show up just to steal a donut to see what Leather would do.
Iggy would
Hey, what would you do there? I mean, what would you do if he showed up and you saw him take a donut?
I would tell Alvin Mack to grab him by the scruff of the neck and throw him out on St. Charles Rock.
Oh, my God!
Handle my light work.
Violence?
I mean, you're not playing. If you're playing in the tournament, you're fine.
Big boy.
Yeah, now we're playing. He's banned from the show.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know.
His voice shouldn't be on this
Okay.
radio.
Okay.
I just
Doug, remove all of the drops.
Well, I won't remove them. I just won't play them.
We got 13,998.
Now he's out there.
Hey, I heard my name today on the show. I'm still a big star there.
Oh, man, this is gold. I hope he doesn't show up just to avoid the drama.
Again, do what you want to do.
And the attempted murder.
Again, make an ass of yourself.
Hey, everybody, I'm Daddy Padre.
And nobody knows who you are.
Everybody knows who Seth Goldcamp is, though. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Doug, tell me what Seth did for your home.
Well, he evened out the heating and cooling because I have an enormous house, of course.
We're going to be there for the after party.
Yeah, the second floor was always hot. The first floor was too cold, and he tried desperately to even it out a little bit, and never could. So Seth came out, and he adjusted the vents, and he adjusted the air conditioner proper, and the next thing I know, I don't notice any difference at all between the temperature in the first floor and the immensely huge second floor living suite and quarters. So he's really gone above and beyond the call. I thought I was going to have to buy a whole second air conditioner. I really did. A separate unit to get the second floor cool so where you could sleep at night and not sweat. Don't have to. Seth figured it out. And he put on the little booties. Walked in the house, he put the booties on over your shoes to keep everything clean. Oh, I got what I want. I couldn't be any more happier.
There it is. Design Air Heating and Cooling. This is the time. Last week I was making introductions to listeners to Seth Goldcamp left and right because people found when it got hot their air conditioning wasn't ready. Get it taken care of. We are now entering the time of year where there will be relentless heat in St. Louis. Design Air Heating and Cooling. Go on the Book Now tab at designairservice.com, the sponsor of our email of the day and the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. All right, I don't know what this was a little surprising the way that it came out, but this is a hell of a story, and it's on the information that the St. Louis Post-Dispatch was able to get from the near trial in which the Dragon was slayed between St. Louis and the NFL. It was released like at 2 p.m. on Friday. And maybe, I guess, the Post-Dispatch was worried somebody else was going to get it in advance. Mike Florio wrote about it. A lot of information in here. And I bet a lot of people listening right now have not heard this story, including a team that was talked about moving to St. Louis. We'll have that for you coming up on the other side of the break. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Well, Ryan Kelly, it's great to see you. I see you all over TV, all over radio. It's great to see you actually in person here at the Hubbard Studios.
Absolutely. They treating you well over here?
Oh, we love it here. Yeah, we're not used to a professional operation. Yeah, this place is fantastic.
I'll tell you this. We've grown as a mortgage company. We continue to grow, and that growth is because of you. The opportunity to work with you on your home loan is something that we don't take lightly. At the Home Loan Expert, we work hard so you don't have to. Mortgage rates have started to go up. Let's get you locked in before you miss that opportunity. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Maggie O'Brien's, your go-to Irish pub in St. Louis for over 42 years. Host any size event at our downtown location. Ride our shuttle to and from concerts, Blues and Cardinals games, and make sure to grab a drink and a bite to eat before all of them. Trying to watch the big game? We have it on one of our many TVs at our Sunset Hills location. Come join the fun and see what the buzz is all about. Maggie O'Brien's, 2 great locations. Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh, just south of Watson Road, and downtown at 20th and Market Street. Union Station is next to us.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own, and it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. KPNT FM HD2. Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
105.7 HD2. The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Well, it's springtime in Normandy on the Rock Road. It's the Dotum and the Hoosiers of the game. buried in the sunflower garden on Friday afternoon.
It's in perspective.
Who'll walk that 18th fairway singing this tune? Free Dodo, your stepdads and Bleach, they play on my mind like a song. Free Dodo, it's you that I love, it's you that I miss when I'm gone. Well, it's Iggy and Swole, DJ Gabe, Timmy Tom Tom, Los Ween, and it's the Tushy Booth, and it's Tammy's perfect swing.
Changing, no doubt.
Chipped to 15 feet, then made Cletus kiss him, and the spirit of Larry Nickel keeps it alive. Free Dotem, your stepdads and Bleach, they play on my mind like a song. Free Dotem,
He's at 8 seconds.
you that I love.
He said he couldn't hear the music when he was singing.
No, I think they recorded it separately. and
Which is not a good idea.
It is not.
Legions of Cat's Army.
Cat's Army.
T-shirts. The wooden shafted legend of Doug Vaughn.
And then it just ends.
So
That's it. Could have used another line or two just to kind of tie a bow around the end.
I don't know, maybe there are too many lines in it.
I guess he had to go. He was busy at that point. All right. What's a nice little
Does it get you in the mood for the Dotem presented by Michelob Ultra, Family Golf, and Monday?
Should, yeah. Probably should for a lot of people. I don't know what more you want than that. That's music that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Does it get you in the mood for the Fan Page Club Championship this afternoon? Plowhawk versus Chris Heck and me versus Matt. Is it Portal, Doug, or is it Portal?
Fortel's Pizza. That's what it is.
Now, Jackson, you're still on the bag. You don't have to.
50-50. 50-50.
Oh, wow. Jackson's backing out.
Look,
Busy day
the
today.
reason I say this, Jackson is a superstar in terms of working his tail off here. Videos he's editing, that's not really even in his bailiwick, but he does it because he loves the show. And I just can't commend him enough for it. So I understand how busy of a day it is. If you cannot, Jackson, I will be just fine with that.
I appreciate you.
With
Dotem coming up and
Gotcha.
everything involved with that, I got it.
Completely get it. So there will be, I mean, if he can't make it, perfectly fine.
I might still be able to. Depends how deep into this Dotem video I get. I got a good headway on it yesterday, so hopefully I'll be good.
We shot video on Friday of all of our sponsors, the holes they sponsor, and Dogtown Ty.
Shout out
with
to
his
him.
drone.
He is awesome.
Yeah, that
Incredible
video
work.
is so sick. Oh my god.
So that's what Jackson is working on. We voiced it on Friday at Normandy. We had the over-under. Who's in the hallway? Is that Ross Jericho?
I was just saying hi to Chris Jericho.
I actually love Chris Jericho.
I brought him up.
Okay. All right.
You brought him up?
Yeah, I was outside and he was coming in, so I brought them both up.
Look at who else is with him.
His handler.
Oh, nice. What did you guys talk about?
Fozzy, his band.
No.
His band? That's what he's in town for?
Yeah, his band rocks, man. Maybe I'll play some Fozzy at 9 o'clock.
Is he going to come in?
Nah, he's on the point then, KC.
Does he know about HD2 radio?
Well, I pointed to he was looking at the thing. He goes, yeah, we're on that point. They're on KC. I said, we're at the bottom. And we actually do a wrestling segment on Tuesday.
Oh, he knows about Larry Nickel.
Well, he knows about him. He said, sorry, no time. I didn't even ask.
Wow, and he still said sorry no time. He volunteered that he wouldn't be available.
So I wasn't asking.
Strike.
I wasn't asking.
He saw the Nikki Glazer thing and he knew.
Yeah, I heard about you. You're probably nervous. That's who I was talking to.
Chris Jericho in the hallway here. You just look out and there's stars walking up and down the hallway. I'm not talking about like we're brokering time stars. I'm talking about
Real stars. Yeah. David Freeze walked by one day.
Nikki Glazer was in studio. Also
Right.
hugged Iggy last week or whatever it was. Now Chris Jericho. All right, it is our appliance discounters. 8 o'clock hour. We were out at Normandy on Friday. That video is what Jackson is going to be working on, so he might not be on the Plowhawks bag against Chris Heck, who designed these TMA head covers, which are now available at TMASTLshop.com, and there are 70. And so you best get them quickly because based on what I'm seeing here, they are moving, and they are moving quick, fast, in a hurry this morning.
I say they're gone by the end of the day.
Jackson, do you think that's a...
No, I don't think that's
Really?
realistic. 70 head covers in a day.
Wow, that's black. There's like, what, 300 people watching? Another million listening?
1 million people are listening to this. 1 million.
Yeah, fine. Oh my God, I'm just verifying.
We have 1 million
Verifying.
a day?
Jericho heard that and goes, God, why don't we go on that show?
Right.
They're nice too. They're not loud like, I have a shark head cover. I have a nice Billiken head cover. These are just basic black and white with TMA and our logo right there. They're sweet looking.
Yes, they are.
They are really cool. So,
I can
and there's
see-
only 70. I don't think they'll sell it, but they're going to move quickly. So get in there while you can and get them. Otherwise, you'll be left behind.
And then brand new T-shirts. We said Mike Flanagan, who designs the T-shirt, and he works with Kim in Utah. He said the issue sometimes is that their designer just falls behind because they're handling a variety of different companies' merch. So if our listeners wanted to come up with ideas and then design them, then they can print them and move them quicker. So if you are a graphic designer and you want to make some money, you give the idea, and we'll shoot you $100 just like that. But we have Cronky Sucks, Puck Cronky, the Stan Cronky Clown Nose, and in honor of the Craig Berube post-game speech, Kids, Vacuuming, and S. Those are all up at TMASTLshop.com. In addition to, if we can just get hot, we can win this baby, plus the TMA logo, the BFib shirt, all the TMA merch is at TMASTLshop.com, including that head cover for your golf clubs, TMASTLshop.com. Brand new stuff just came out this morning. Thank you to everybody who submitted designs, and if you have design ideas, make the design. TMASTLshop.com is where you can see it. Email me, tmckernan@InsideSTL.com, and then I will get it to Mike Flanagan. There it is, and think about it.
I'm sorry, think about it. Can I thank somebody real quick talking about design?
His
No, it's talking about design. And
he wasn't done.
He said think about it, and I said think about it. I apologize to him.
Didn't quite get it.
But I want to show people this. I want to show people this because he talked about design, and I think this gentleman could design something for us. Remember when somebody put that like skeleton head on the fan page and said, "Here, this would be cool," and it had all these things.
No, do you remember when somebody put this on?
No.
I'll show you.
No, I don't.
Remember this?
It's something you're wearing
What is
now.
it? Are you wearing an iron-on patch right there in your jacket? Is that what that is?
Are you showing Tim your breasts?
Clip that off. Snag that audio. Iggy is now at YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, Iggy is showing.
Jesus. Yeah, most of the 1 million people aren't on YouTube, so tell them what you're doing.
It's a design this guy did, and I apologize, I forgot your name. You DM me and told me you were sending me.
I want to thank this guy.
Well,
Chuck got
he
a
knows who he
wristband
is.
in
Now, how we figured it out, I don't know, but I do believe in it.
Well, he knows who he is if he's listening. He sent me a DM and said he was sending me something, and I had no clue who it was or what he did. But then when I saw the design, I remember him putting it on the fan page and apologized to me if it made me look bad with a skeleton head. But then he put Kenneth Stroh Design on there, and he sent it to me.
Where's all this going?
Maybe he could design a shirt for us. Tim is asking for real designers. He's a real designer. He did this whole design and put it on the shirt. So if you have some
And his
ideas,
name is Bill.
I forgot his name.
This is brutal.
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up.
I'm not.
I'm really just I'm terrible with names, and I get so many DMs that I forget who sends me things. So Jennifer sent me a nice mixer. Thank you to Jennifer, and a spatula. That came over the weekend. Thank you, Jennifer.
Didn't forget her
A
name.
mixer and a spatula.
Didn't forget her name.
What in the world? This is plugola, payola, all that.
Oh, it's a listener. It's no payola.
Why did she send you the mixer?
I feel bad. On my cooking show Wednesday, which was seen by like 3 people.
Huge.
A little less than 1 million that are listening to this show.
I may be done with the cooking show.
Oh, no.
It was embarrassing. 3 people.
Well, do it after 5 o'clock.
Well, I eat at 4.
Well, then there's your reason why.
Well, I mean, I do it at 4, and even on bad days, I have 25. I had 3.
People are
I
still at
guess
work
one of the
for an
people
hour.
watching. I guess one of the people watching was Jennifer, and I wasn't asking for this. I really wasn't. I was in the middle of doing a gooey butter cake.
Seriously, I need to hear that soon.
No, I did. It's on. You can go watch it on my Facebook page. I did the wahoo that Doug had with some asparagus, but I also did a gooey butter cake. And as I was doing it, I had to mix it with a spoon and a fork because it's really thick. And I said, you know something I've never owned? I've never owned a mixer. I said, I just always do it with a fork or a spoon. I've never owned a mixer. And I wasn't asking for a mixer. I just said it's probably easier with a mixer, but I just don't own a mixer. Jennifer sent me a
mixer.
Hamilton Beach
Scoville?
mixer.
Hamilton
electric,
Beach Scoville?
electric mixer. I've never owned one, so I have one. So thank you to Jennifer.
And
I used
a
to work with
spatula.
a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mess Vestman. Had one. I didn't have one.
Guys, Andrew is on the YouTube chat, and he says this was a design that Iggy ripped on the air, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I did.
I remember that vividly.
I did.
So you ripped the design on the air, and then he sent it to you, and now you just thanked him, but you didn't remember his name.
Well, I apologized to him. I thought it was a shot. He had all these Iggy this, Iggy this, Iggy this, all these lines pointing to a skeleton face.
If I remember correctly, Tim, he ripped it a new one. It wasn't a subtle shot.
But when I found out it wasn't a shot, he was just having fun. I said, that's fine. And I apologized to him in that thread. I said, I apologize. I said, you're very talented. And then he sent it to me.
Doug's glue guzzler texted to say answer the phone, so I guess he's trying to call.
Yeah, it happens. I can't even see the line up here.
636-9004 TMA if you want to call in but text into the show, and then I'll text Jackson to let them know the phone's ringing, and then you get on the air.
So easy.
And I apologized to him. I really hijacked the F out of that.
That's great. Everything's at TMASTLshop.com. Hey, for Father's Day, Sound Story is a perfect gift. We have a number of them this week, but you can just get a gift certificate right now, and it's something that you will love, having your father's story in his voice, interviewed by Doug, interviewed by Learn, or interviewed by me here at Hubbard Radio. Go online at mysoundstory.com to get your gift certificate or to schedule your interview. Usually record them here. Doug usually in the 10 o'clock hour after TMA, me usually in the 11 o'clock hour after TMA and Balloon Party, and Learn before she does Afternoon Drive on KC95. It is Sound Story at mysoundstory.com, company I started a few years ago. We love the opportunity to talk with people and have their stories recorded forever in their own voice, talking it over with us here. mysoundstory.com.
You got one today, don't you?
Doug is actually going
Doug's
to
going
be,
today.
doing one
Perfect
today.
Father's Day gift.
It is indeed. MySoundStory.com. And the Learn one that you did with you. Jackson, I know you were busy. You had the drive to Columbia, and then you were hanging out there this weekend. What is the status of the Iggy Learn?
Today might be tough for me to listen to and post it, but I can almost certainly get it up tomorrow.
What are we? I can do it. Just what are we in terms of listening for? Or are we trying to pinpoint something we don't want?
You just always want to listen to stuff before you put it up.
Yeah, I told Jackson Friday, I said, look, I don't care when you put it up. You're busy when you get to it. I said, just know that you have the go-ahead to listen to it, and you edit whatever you want to edit, leave in whatever you want to leave in. I trust you, so.
Yeah, we can.
And I said, get to it whenever you get to it. I don't really care.
There you go.
As long as everything goes smoothly today with everything you got to do, then we'll get it up tomorrow.
There you go.
Plus, you probably done. I got to answer this.
Oh, I got you.
Damn.
Oh, man.
I
Don't
feel
peek
for
behind
him
the
so
curtain
much.
there.
Like,
Didn't get him potted down quite quick
I
enough.
want to help him out. I know he says he has about 15 minutes left to listen. If he's listened to the first 30 or 40 and that was fine, I can listen to the next 15.
I think I'm the one who's listened to the first 45, and then I don't know if Jackson's listened yet. Let's see. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE, sponsor here of our 8 o'clock hour. James Carlton is my insurance agent. I'd like to recommend him to our audience, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. James Carlton and his team in the office and answering calls right away during business hours. You won't be passed around through some kind of automated service. When it comes to things like home, life, auto insurance, you want to make sure things are taken care of quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you're buying a home, getting married, or have a growing family, make sure your loved ones will be okay if you don't make it home. Call James at 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net to see just how inexpensive it is to protect your family through term life insurance. Although the worst is unlikely, none of us would leave the driveway without strapping our little tykes into a car seat. Life insurance is no different. Although it's not likely that you don't make it home tonight, it's not a risk worth taking when it comes to providing for your loved ones. State Farm Insurance in Webster Groves, James Carlton, 314-961-4800, or apply online at carltoninsurance.net. And then think about it. Is Doug's Glue Guzzler on the line?
No.
Looks like he's actually talking to Jackson.
Oh, they're talking it over. They're talking about fantasies, I bet.
Probably taking a scolding based on what we heard from
said
Jackson.
he said he messaged me saying he wanted to be on my bag today if Jackson couldn't. His problem was, could we keep his face off the video feed?
No.
And that's what I said. I said that's a tough call because
Wear a mask.
I could easily say, yeah, that's the case, but that you're talking 18 holes
Yeah,
of
it'd be
video
tough to do.
footage. It's just tough.
Not worth it. Not worth the headaches
agree.
for us to have to try to worry about that.
I agree.
So, Doug's Glue Guzzler, we will politely decline your offer. If you would like to be identified in the video, then you are welcome. If not, we will have to politely decline.
Still a great guy, though.
Thank you, and God bless. We had some videos up on Friday from our round at Normandy. Doug, it got away from you, Plowhawk, but sometimes it's nice to have a bad round under your belt, and then you go out and you compete against Chris Heck, and you try to shock the world this afternoon at 2 p.m. Gateway National for the Michelob Ultra Fan Page Club Championship.
I think I agree with you. And obviously, if you play Gateway and Normandy, they're almost night and day in terms of course layout. Obviously, the grass is different. You got bent grass there at Gateway. Not a lot of trees at Gateway, more wide open. So, yeah, it was a bad round. Certainly wasn't thrilled with it, but I think Jackson said best. That kind of, let's just say you use that in kind of your range session. And I kind of like that term to where you.
What'd you wind up shooting there, Nicholas?
I think I shot a tidy little 104.
That was a 104 or 105?
I 104, 105. A bunch of 8s on there.
Did you?
Very positive.
Snowman cometh. Iggy, your number was set by Doug at 91.5. Somebody wanted a parlay that you wouldn't go under 91.5, but that you also wouldn't go over 100. And I don't know, Doug, what you paid on that.
That was a good
because
bet.
that's what Iggy shot 93. Am I right?
I think 92.
Oh wow!
I think going at 18, I could birdie it to shoot 91. Didn't I part?
No, everybody got a bogey.
Yeah.
So I 3-putted because I drove the green.
Of course.
Well, it's a par 3.
Yeah, the course wasn't big enough to hold your power.
What was it playing that 250 something?
222.
Okay, no wonder I drove it. The driver. I had a birdie putt. I guess I 3-putted then, so 93.
93 it is. Jackson, what did you wind up with? Your number was 88.5?
Yeah, I shot 91.
91.
Tim shot 80.
Shot 80. My number was 81.5.
Tim, the only one under.
Yeah, but I had to birdie 2 of the last 4 in order to get home. It was not a good performance by the players.
Look, I shot 93 with 5 7s and 2 8s. Think about that.
Doug, think about
I don't want to think much about that.
There's a lot to think
5
about.
7s would be 35, 2 8s would be 16. So 51 strokes for 7 holes. And 52 strokes for the other 11. Think about it.
I'm not going to think about that.
That's why I'm
that's what happens when you shoot 93.
That's why I'm good at match play.
You have blow-up holes.
I'd have lost those 7 holes, but I'd have won the other 11, so I'd have won my match probably whoever I played 4 and 3.
All right, are you going to think about it, Doug, or not?
I'm not thinking about any of it. I'm really not.
Well, I wish Chris Heck was out there because I want him to go into today's match.
Taking you lightly.
With a lot of confidence. I need that. So
Yeah, you play to that. Just let him get too much confidence. I'm going to kick his ass, and then you go out there and play your game, and you beat him.
Oh, guy knows match play. I've pulled him aside and explained it.
Yeah.
Now stop burying the lead, Tim. Can we get to the parachute Iggy was wearing during the round on Friday? Could have sailed the Mayflower with that thing.
Nice.
Your sister Catherine Patricia.
that's pretty funny, actually.
My polo was a little long.
I didn't notice it. Maybe I didn't care.
I didn't either.
I noticed because Plowsy, like I told Tim, was wearing a cocktail napkin. How small his shirt was, and then Iggy's was way too big. I was like, we gotta get these guys to like swap shirts.
Well,
or
Tim
something.
had his tucked in.
I'll have mine
I
tucked in
didn't.
today with pant. I'll have my
pants.
my high waters on.
You gonna wear these new trousers you just got?
I don't want to get them dirty, and I do like to wash my my pant before I wear, just to get that initial wash in there.
Okay.
I like that with sheets as well.
Yeah, it was a little long. But who cares? It looked good.
Dotem, who has been freed for a year,
love my dude,
says Chris Heck might be the best athlete to come out of Parkway Central since Max Scherzer. His brother on the bag is flat out stunning too. Thanks.
Is he gonna? I was wondering if he had somebody on the bag. That makes me nervous.
Did you see what Max Scherzer did this weekend?
Yeah, I saw that.
Kind of a jerky move, wasn't it?
Well, I think it's more on the game day promotion team for not.
I guess, but he could have helped that out.
Sure.
If you don't know, the Japanese ambassador to the U.S. was there to throw out the first pitch of the game, and apparently they didn't do it like the Cardinals do it. 15 minutes before the game starts. They were going to do it right before the game starts, and Scherzer went out there to start warming up in the first inning. As the ambassador is walking out to the mound to throw out the first pitch, and Scherzer acts like he wasn't even there, just keeps warming up, and so the ambassador kind of looks awkwardly around and then just walks off the field. Never did get to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, it was odd for sure, but the rest of the team was out there warming up. That's what I would notice too, Doug. Was like when the Cardinals do it, it's way before the first pitch. They were doing it like with the rest of the team warming up. I was like, that's kind of
Yeah, it's not Scherzer's fault that there's no communication with their marketing and promotion.
No, but when you see what's happening, don't you think you could just say, okay, come on, throw out the first pitch? It
But
would have
how
taken
is-
20 seconds.
Is Scherzer supposed to know the ambassador? I mean, this could be just a random dude.
Well, just anybody.
I
Well,
mean,
just
like,
anybody.
it didn't. When I saw the video, he didn't have handlers with him. It was just a guy in a jersey walking on the mound. Now I understand, that more than likely you should be like, oh, this is probably the first pitch. But for Scherzer, like, isn't just a fan that wants to kind of throw it around?
I don't know that he would have come to that conclusion.
Yeah. How would you like to ask, hey, Max Scherzer, you mind getting off the mound real quick so I can toss this ball out? I'd rather ask anybody else in the world.
Doug, look out the window. Do you see him?
Max Scherzer?
No.
Little Tommy.
Yep.
Oh, he ain't got a
Out there
baseball
on the
card
dirt.
in it back. Yeah.
It's out there on the dirt bike. Looks like he stopped by McDonald's to get an Egg McMuffin.
I do see somebody in a $1 million motorhome has decided to camp out there on the
that could be the Tribbine's parents.
I think that's Fozzie's band. Fozzie's.
Oh, I thought that went Dennis and Denise.
Henry Winkler?
No, it's Fonzie.
Finally.
This is Chris Jericho's band. I think that's what they're traveling in.
Oh, probably so.
Little Tommy Tribbins did have time, though, to text in, and he says, a grown man who texts into an HD2 radio show by the name of Doug's Glue Guzzler is demanding anonymity on the show's social media videos. What a world. This little Tommy Tribbins is not happy with the world he's going to grow up into.
What could be happening? You go out to play golf, and you, for heaven forbid, someone see you carrying golf clubs?
That's kind of what I told
Somebody
Why
will
would
go
you need
look for
anonymity
him.
for that? What do you think's
Somebody will
going
go
on
look
out
for
there?
him and find his wife who's on OnlyFans or girlfriend. That's what they'll do. That's what
Yeah,
some of our
I
listeners will do. They'll try to out his OnlyFans girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, understand why.
Doug's Glue Guzzler is on the Steve Schmidt Key at North County phone lines, and he can respond to little Tommy
Gotcha.
Tribbins, who is listening on his AirPods out in the parking lot. Morning, Doug's Glue Guzzler.
Jealousy, boys. That's the word of the day. Jealousy.
What up, DJ?
What are we jealous of?
Little Tommy Tribbins. He's jealous.
Of what?
His success.
Yeah, my sexual success.
Oh, okay.
All right, I got a proposition for you, boys.
Doug, are we taking offers this morning?
I don't know. I guess we will.
Okay. So I know there's got to be video. What if we did the DGG cam and I took over video responsibility as I'm Plowboy's caddy?
Why do you need anonymity for this whole thing?
We've already discussed it, Doug.
Just because your wife is on OnlyFans?
Doug, we went through the hoops on this with Iggy once. We were not going to go through it again.
Find the hell out of me! Because everybody knows your story. You should never have to repeat yourself because the whole world knows what you're up to.
So, DGG cam, what do we think?
Doug,
I'll cover
DGG
video
cam.
What does that
responsibility,
mean?
And then, Tam,
Doug's
if you do your own personal video, that's fine. You can just film my good parts, my boy parts below the waist.
I think, and I like it a little bit in terms of like the video would be funny that there's a dude who doesn't want to have his face on it, so it's just chest and legs.
Why don't you just wear a ski mask? Just wear a bag over your head.
Okay, if you were able to do that, I would love that.
Can you caddy in a gimp mask?
If we can guarantee that my face will not be on a camera, then when it is time, I will put a mask over my face for that moment.
Yeah, that's kind of good. They do sell those at Conoco right by my place. So.
And what happens if we guarantee it, but whoops, we made a mistake. There's your face.
I mean, what's our upside? But we got downside? Doug, I don't do deals like that.
No.
Maybe.
And somebody.
Well, the upside is strictly for Plowsy. You just said he's nervous. He needs a caddy. and DGG brings party favors as a caddy, too. And
what do you bring?
What's that mean? What's that mean?
That's something
what do you bring?
would vibe well with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine getting you a mask, but you may have to wear that the entire 18.
Sure.
This is kind of odd that you're basically
Okay, well,
you're begging your way into this caddying thing, but don't want to be seen.
I need
why
somebody on
don't
my
I
back.
just cover the video, the DGG cam?
He would
That
take a
seems
lot
like a
off
best
of
of
Tim's
both worlds.
plate.
Because we don't trust you.
That's up to Tim. Tim does most of the filming and does a great job of the play-by-play.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Doug, you got
I
that.
know we've never met, but my hips don't lie, bro.
Oh.
Have you had an MFF recently?
I did have one this weekend, but that is not why I'm calling.
Well, I'm curious. I now that you're on, I want to live vicariously. What do you got going on?
I did, yeah. We went and saw our lady friend in Kansas City this weekend. It was a good time. We actually closed the gay bar down twice.
Flip that off.
What were you doing in there?
Those are fun times.
Doug, this gay bar, shout out to Missy B's, best dance floor I've ever been on.
And the most
Okay.
fun I've had is at Bastille in St. Louis.
Yeah, and you know, actually, something I did some looking up. There's a new type of style that you see a lot in the gay bars, and I thought it meant something, but I don't think it does. So you'll see a lot of gentlemen that will be wearing bondage gear only.
Yes.
I actually, Plowboy, I don't know about you, but my mind went straight to, maybe that's like an indication I'm a sub. But I actually couldn't find any data out there to support that hypothesis when I went searching. So.
If you don't have the nipple clamps or the ball gag, those are really just outfits for pleasure. Now, you can kind of tell who's a sub because if you have the handcuffs on or if you're, and the ball gag is a huge red flag that obviously you're a sub. But yeah, I've seen the outfits too, and it's pretty cool. I wouldn't look good in leather, but there's a lot of guys that can pull it off, so I respect it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean anything. It's just the look, yeah.
But my problem with that is, like, what if they have to get gas on the way home? Maybe they're stopping by, like, a Taco Bell. Do they have, like, a change of clothes after they leave the gay bar? Or are they just getting in their car with, like, the sweaty leather?
Pablo, something I really noticed is a lot of people at the gay bar do not go home alone. That is not very common.
Yeah, I could see that, too. I went home alone.
What were you doing in there?
Oh, dude, Bastille, I get free drink there all the time,
Why?
dude. They love Twinks. They freaking love Twinks, bro.
They just look at you and say, "There's a twink. How about a Budweiser?"
I'm not patting myself on the back, but, like, I am, like, a high prize commodity at a game.
Is that right?
Really?
Oh, my gosh.
Because you have that hog on that tiny frame.
Well, if there's anyone that can judge a hog, it's a gay guy because it's not all about, stature, and I think they look beyond the body type and they look for the confidence. And they got the hog sense. Sorry,
delve
DJ.
further
Yeah,
into this.
a lot of gay bar activities, sapphic play. Some in the Uber, actually. I wonder what that Uber driver was thinking, but...
there was sapphic play in your Uber?
What's up?
There was sapphic play in your Uber?
Yeah, a couple times. Interesting.
Doug, this Doug's glue guzzler's got it all figured out.
Sure he does.
Just needs to be anonymous on a
Tim, listen, I'm
golf
not gonna
tournament
beg.
with a bunch of
I know
guys
it might not
shooting
be
in
enough
above
upside
80.
for you, but I think it'd be good for Plowhawk since he's already nervous. And we would just call it the DGG cam. And I guess if you needed to do an individual, try to keep my face out, or I'll wear a sexy ski mask.
Whatever works. Whatever's best for Plowhawk's fine with me.
I'll let you know, DGG. We'll keep you posted. Obviously, I'll let you know well before the tea time.
Word. Question, is it 1 p.m. at Gateway? Is that what y'all
207.
doing?
207.
One Mountain.
One Mountain. Got it. Word.
207?
All righty.
207.
All right, later, DJ. I'll hit you up.
Be eating at 7.
Bye, boys. Peace.
Well, all right,
It
Guzzler.
sounds like Iggy's withdrawing from being on my bag.
Oh, no, I'm there.
Okay.
Should be a late night of eating. That's all.
Why don't you
they
catch
sell
a
food
hot
at
dog at the
7?
turn?
There's food everywhere.
I usually eat at 4.
You should see this snack bag I have here, ready for the tournament.
What's he got in there?
Donuts, sour Skittles, a Milky Way.
Just looks
My bag's
awful.
gonna be set.
Guys, imagine the ego of this jackass to think that people could possibly do a deep dive into his life after seeing his walrus face on a random golf video from a Shishawali tournament. Drink bleach, DGG. That's from Midge.
Right.
You understand it from
It's a
both
nice little
parties.
text from
I understand it from him, but I also understand it from our point of view as well. Why you would.
This guy thinks he's way too cool. Bleach martini, if you please. Where have you gone, caller Luke? That's from Sister Catherine Patricia.
Yeah, we miss Luke. Tales from the club.
Anonymous, Jesus, DGD's a desperate loser who you can tell by the extra 30 girth that he's part of the walrus community. That's from the Concord Caulk.
Well, he's not. I've met him.
Where have you met him? Gay bar?
Golf course a couple of times, where he gave me a password that didn't work.
Password for what?
For his wife's OnlyFans.
Oh.
The private one.
Plowsy, go ahead and get that ski mask for Doug's glue guzzler, but make sure it's filled with poisonous gas. Die, you loser. Doug, that's from Little Tommy Tribbins. There must be something in that McMuffin out there.
I think he
It's
just fell.
violent. They don't say, no, we don't want him to be a part of it. They say, die, you loser, after suffering hideous burns from a mask.
What do you got to be upset about? Is it not a gorgeous day? You're on your little bike out there riding around, not a care in the world?
Our listeners want some of the callers dead.
This loser has a higher opinion of himself than that old, dried-up, uncut, quote-unquote producer has of himself. There is a 0% chance this loser had an MFF this weekend and a 100% chance he called in just to spin this ridiculous story. Get this loser off the air. Nathan from the East Side Alt.
Yeah.
Well, I'll defend him. Tim asked the question. He answered it.
Yep. He didn't call in to talk about it. I know I guess he and his wife have a girlfriend. What a great
Kansas
thing.
City.
Like
In
a
Kansas
unicorn,
City.
yeah. They have their own unicorn.
And together they went to the gay bar with a great dance floor.
That's correct.
So I guess the unicorn is either lesbian or bi, obviously.
Nice.
He got together
Look
with
at
his
us.
wife.
We're not going to slip a breaking ball by us.
Yeah, but who does a threesome with, like...
Well, she has to be bi for him to be participate. If she was lesbian, she wouldn't want him in bed.
Right.
Well, I know that, but it's just the gay bar. It's just so weird. Try to find a third party there.
Well, I think they already had her. That's where they went to dance.
Well, that takes up a lot of room at the gay bar for people that are actually looking for love.
What?
You got three people and not even available.
A lot of times
for-
at bars, though, the people have already found their significant other, and they're just there for the evening.
I get that. You clearly have never been to a gay bar, but...
No.
So those three people kind of messed it up for everybody?
Everybody's single at a gay bar? Nobody walks in attached?
I think you walk in with your ambitions in the wind and play it by ear.
Ambition in the wind.
Ambitions in the wind. That's
That
a new
sounds like a
text in
song.
my name.
Didn't Peter, Paul, and Mary do that?
Ambitions in the wind. That's correct.
The answer, my friend. Ambition in the wind.
Sing it about again.
Engineer Design Facilities is sponsoring the night before the Dotem party at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. And EDF will be raffling off a dinner for four with wine pairings at Olive and Oak and 4 all-inclusive Stiefel Bull and Bear Club tickets to a Blues game next fall during the 2022-2023 regular season. All raffle tickets proceeds will go to Birdies for Bipolar in efforts to raise the capital needed for the Veterans Golf Simulator mission at Arlington. It's Birdies for Bipolar and Engineer Design Facilities, the raffle this Wednesday night at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills, where we will have TMA Live. Jennings, Randolph Jr., coming up from Sullivan, and Lisa Ann coming in from Manhattan. Why don't you come to Sunset Hills for what promises to be a pony? It's Engineered Design Facilities. And if you're interested in doing business with them, email them, fire@edf-rg.com, or you can check out their website, fire at edf-rg.com is how you can email them, or check them out at edf-rg.com. And if you could, think about it. It's the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, sponsored by 8 o'clock hour. Your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Before I go into this story, there goes Chris Jericho just walking past if you're watching on YouTube. It's a brief appearance.
Okay.
Supposed to be on KC at 9.
We got him.
Maybe he's using the little wizard's room.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Did anybody read the story in the Post-Dispatch detailing the comings and goings and goings and comings of the Rams leaving St. Louis?
Yes, I did.
Okay, God bless. Wonderful. Anybody else?
No, I saw it and didn't read it.
Doug, we will have a conversation.
Okay.
What stood out to you about the story?
Oh, I guess what stood out in the big picture is that we kind of thought all this was true. We kind of knew this was going on, and the Rams just denied it, lied, including Roger Goodell at press conferences before the Super Bowl, even lied about it then. Also, it stood out that even more so that the rich and powerful control the politicians in this country, with Stan Kroenke saying, well, sure, me and Maxine Waters, we're good friends. We'll take care of everything in L.A.
And not to worry about Jay Nixon because they knew he wanted to become a senator, which was his goal. He's actually in the mix, I think, to be Hillary Clinton's running mate pre-Ferguson. And that was in an email. Eric Grubman, who we always kind of thought was sincere.
Oh, my God.
No, we kind of pinpointed him right at the start as being a flim-flam man.
Eric Grubman, who stood in front of St. Louisans, San
Diegans?
And Oaklanders.
Oaklanders?
I think it'd probably be Oaklanders.
Is Jericho just rocking back and forth? Does he want to come on? I mean, he just keeps walking back and forth. This is like you when I was interviewing Learn the podcast.
It's like a stormy combatant.
I mean, if he wants to come on.
He's nervous.
Eric Grubman sent this email. Now, again, when he stood in St. Louis and Oakland and San Diego, he said, we want to keep all the franchises in their cities.
Yeah.
That was in October of 2015. Now, unfortunately, he sent this email before October 2015, and it was in Discovery. Quote, I am trying to get a terrific LA opportunity to materialize, and I want to do it under the cover of darkness.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Stan Kroenke told Roger Goodell via email, we're going to try very hard to stay under the radar screen, and nobody will know we bought it. We will stay hidden, which is what we want, for as long as we can. That was after he bought the Hollywood Park land. That was well before 2015. This stuff is, I actually thought it was... while it did indeed confirm a lot of what we thought, to see it actually in email form is something else. Major recommended reading. It's kind of unfortunate, and I don't know the reasoning. They did all this reporting at the Post-Dispatch. It's one of those things that it sucks in the sense that it came out like Friday afternoon at 2. You know what I mean? That's
right.
Like something like this. In an ideal world, I'm sure they had smart reasoning for it. But in an ideal world, this is the kind of thing that comes out like on a Sunday morning or Monday morning.
And it's really a shame it didn't come out about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Before they moved.
How do you think that the Rams and their legal team feel? The reason they would settle is they didn't want all the stuff out. Now they settled and it's all coming out anyway.
Oh, I think they settled because they didn't want to have to pay more. I think this is one of the reasons, but the bigger one being paying more and going through trial. Kroenke and Kevin Demoff began talking about L.A. in the summer of 2013. For the record, the interview in which he said there is no secret plan with me and Jim Edmonds was October of 2014. And I know he said some things to Randy Carricker and DeMarco Farr on 101 around that same time. And one of the talking points was Stan buys real estate all over the world. There's no reason to think that this is for a stadium development. That is actually, I believe, on YouTube from 101 ESPN's channel with Randy and DeMarco Farr. And that actual line that Stan buys real estate all over the world was concocted, per this story, by the NFL's PR and their head counsel. So that was a PR message that they decided in order to try to keep it quiet. In March 2014, Kroenke and his partner in the Hollywood Park land deal discussed keeping the deal quiet to maximize 2014 ticket sales by avoiding any unnecessary publicity about the possible departure of the Rams. So, Doug, throughout the years, I have always said, I wonder what the deal is with him just being so hush-hush about everything. And you always said, it's got to be about ticket sales. I don't get the ticket sales. I just can't imagine for a deal this big. You were right. I was wrong.
They want every last penny they
Absolutely.
can get.
And that's what it was. That was the reasoning. By the end of the whole thing, just 2 of the NFL team owners voted against the Rams' move. If you're interested in adopting an NFL team, I would recommend the Cincinnati Bengals. They're awfully exciting, and their owner, Mike Brown, was the only one voting against the relocation to L.A. and was outspoken about it. Quote, there's nothing wrong with the markets where these teams play now, he said at a meeting in 2015. That's Mike Brown, owner of the Bengals. I don't think he is necessarily considered one of the great owners in the league. I think, if anything, it might be the opposite. But maybe it's because he's principled. I don't know. And with this one, I mean, here he is. And he's a guy in Cincinnati who, if anything, you would think would be a candidate to potentially leave because he's, in a kind of a St. Louis-esque market. The league indeed contemplated at one point the Raiders moving to St. Louis with restructured ownership and a brand makeover. That is something that I was told about either in December of 2014 or January 2015. And I recall doing an interview with Fred Rogan in Los Angeles on his radio show. And I remember talking about that with him, and he just laughed at me. He goes, the Raiders to St. Louis? What are you talking about? I mean, it was like a caricature interview. I'm like, oh, God, I'm on one of these shows. How did I agree to do this? But, I mean, I knew that it was live, and the information was good, that they were considering moving another team to St. Louis. And it happened to be the Raiders with restructured ownership and a brand makeover. In addition to all of this, and like I said, I would suggest reading it. It does have the story about Kroenke driving around Hollywood Park at 5:15 in the morning. Hollywood Park is not necessarily the most lovely area, but that is where he did indeed wind up building the stadium, right by where the Forum still is and where the stadium is now in Inglewood. And, yes, with regards to, with the city refusing to upgrade the Edward Jones Dome, the Rams could give notice to leave as soon as 2015, he said. And according to notes taken by a league attorney, Kroenke, whose wife is Ann Walton, already had a line on the first chunk of land at Hollywood Park. It belonged to Walmart. And the company wanted to sell. Moreover, he had political connections in the area. Quote, U.S. Representative Maxine Waters is a very good friend, he said, and the mayor of Inglewood is a hell of a guy. He has already jumped on our train. If you recall, and I don't recall what the year was, I want to say it was November 2014. We found it. A listener found this article in a newspaper in Inglewood. It's not the LA Times, but the Inglewood newspaper, in which Mayor James Butts won re-election, and he is quoted at the campaign speech celebrating his win, saying, and I'm meeting with the NFL tomorrow. We talked about it on the show that day, and within hours that was removed from the story. That is a 100% true story, which just always speaks to they were always listening, and by they, I mean it was Demoff. I mean, not that that's groundbreaking crap. Goodell said he'd met with Jay Nixon and expressed concern that he might not take leaving lying down. Nixon had threatened to sue the league as state attorney general in the 1990s, but Kroenke didn't seem concerned. Quote, he's not a bad guy. He wants to be senator, and we can be helpful to him.
We can buy him off. Yeah.
How about that? That's a quote. This isn't like, this is a quote. With regards to his plans, at Rams Park, work was beginning on an endgame. Kevin Demoff had gotten through the NFL's relocation rules and wrote to Kroenke that they had a good shot at passing muster, but they had to get the messaging right. The league would require proof that they really tried to work out the dome dispute, and St. Louis would likely offer a new stadium, Demoff said. How about that? So they knew that St. Louis would likely offer a new stadium. The Rams had to prove that even with a new stadium, St. Louis had, quote, long-term challenges and was an unwise investment for both us and our league partners. He suggested paying for a study to show it. Quote, in the end, whatever engagement strategy we embark upon should be designed not to win over St. Louis, but rather to win over New York. So in other words, they were going to rig the study. In January 2014, just weeks after Kroenke closed on the first piece of Hollywood Park land, the NFL heard from a reporter in L.A. looking to write a story right before the Super Bowl and asking for a comment from the league. Grubman, the league executive. Now, keep in mind, again, I want to emphasize this. That's January of 2014, nearly 24 months before Grubman would stand in front of fans in St. Louis, San Diego, and Oakland. And Grubman is quoted via email on trying to handle this. Grubman, the league executive tasked with getting a team to L.A., emailed Goodell, asking whether they should reach out to Kroenke. If we do, it is harder to play dunce, Grubman wrote an email on January 28, 2014. Keep in mind, he stood in front of St. Louisans in October of 2015. If we don't, we will not have his side. They went with option 2. They also offered some pointers on deflection. Spokesman Greg Aiello emailed Demoff the next day and told him that Goodell and Jeff Pash, the league attorney, thought the Rams should stay out of the story and let Kroenke's real estate company comment. The Rams took advice, and then the statement became, as real estate developers, the Kroenke organizations are involved in numerous real estate deals across the country and North America. The statement said, we have not yet decided what we're going to do with the property. So that is exactly what Roger Goodell said at the Super Bowl. Stan is a very large developer on a global basis. He has land throughout the country and throughout the world. There are no plans, to my knowledge, of a stadium development. So Goodell stood up and lied in front of the press at the Super Bowl.
You just wonder if anyone but us will care. If anyone around the rest of the country, any of the major media outlets, if they'll care.
I think the ship has sailed unless there is some kind of documentary on this. And I imagine the NFL will do whatever they can to never let that happen.
Yeah, ESPN's not going to do a documentary. They're partners with the league.
I have to ask, though, like with all of this coming out, and it's, I mean, to say that obviously we knew this is one thing, but actually have it come out with emails is completely different. Why is there a settlement then? Like, this is damning.
Well, have you ever slayed a dragon?
I mean, I understand, you want to get that quick money in. There is no way you can walk around those. There's email proof. You're talking 20-some-odd months, almost 2 years before them saying, we want to keep St. Louis here. It's sabotage. This is a $1 billion article right here, and I just do not understand how.
There's a settlement because the lawyers want to make sure they get their $200 million. Once you go to court, anything can happen. You don't know. You might get a bad verdict, and you might lose and get nothing. So if you're the law firm and you've worked on this for a couple of years and you're looking at a cut of a couple $100 million, wouldn't you settle?
As a lawyer, though, you're looking at all this information and you say, oh, no, this will go the other way in the trial. This is almost a slam dunk as a slam dunk can get. It's not he said, she said. It's actual email proof. It's actual articles. It's all of this stuff that is right there in front of you, right there for the jury to see. It's not... there's no disputing that. I don't know how a defense attorney can look at those emails and say...
So how much more would they have gotten in court? Maybe they get $1 billion. Maybe you get another $200 million. Maybe the lawyers get another third of that.
Well, the quote you
said... But again, that's at risk, as opposed to the sure thing when they settle.
A minute and a half ago, you said, I wish people nationally cared. Well, they probably would have cared if you go to trial. All the eyes would have been on the NFL and this trial if you would have waited till it went to trial. I understand the attorney's saying, but how can you defend that as a defense attorney and making it think that they were in good faith working with St. Louis?
Paul Ellen says Doug cannot be more wrong, but I don't know what she's referring to.
About what? About the attorneys wanting the money?
Paul Ellen, what are you referring to?
I wouldn't disagree with you on that they wanted the money. I just cannot believe you look at all this information.
Call it if you would like, or just to via text.
Unless you hear from both parties that tell us what happened there, because the lawyers will say that we just give it to our clients and whatever. If they decide they want to go to trial, we're going to trial. All we can do is give advice. Did they give advice? And the people involved said, well, we want to take it to trial, and they talked them out of it. I'd like to know what the back and forth was.
I'm not sure anything even illegal ever took place here.
No.
Unethical for sure. Lying for sure. But there's a lot of business that gets done just exactly how the Rams did it, where you lie. No, we're not going there. No, we have no intention of all of buying that property. Okay, we did it, and now we're going to put up a business there. I mean, that happens all the time, unfortunately. It's just the fact that in this case, they lied about it, and they represent a product that millions of people have an emotional investment in, and they're wearing the name St. Louis across their forehead, and they represent us, and they lied to us, the very fans that they were representing them. I don't think they did anything at all that's illegal, did they? In fact, it was that arbitration hearing that went against us. That ultimately is what led to it all, because they said, "Yep, St. Louis is going to have to spend $700 million to redo the stadium," and Shrewsbury said, "We just don't have the money to do that. We can't do it." And that's exactly what Kroenke wanted to hear. Oh, good, we're going to be able to get out of this contract. So I don't think they've done anything illegal through any of it. I mean, it's despicable, the lying and everything. It's horrible how they went about doing it, but I don't know that anything was illegal.
I don't know, all of this could have changed the landscape of the NFL 20 years from now. I think this is just the beginning. You have Carolina with some issues. You have a lot of teams, Jacksonville, they've been an issue for 5 to 10 years. And we could have prevented that with showing the nation what exactly the NFL is about, excuse me, how these relocations went down. The guidelines are a joke. They even said they're, basically a joke. They're not, set in stone. They could have prevented teams moving under the what is it, the terms of in darkness. I mean, that would have.
I could be off the mark on all of this, and I'm saying that not from a protection standpoint of the statement, but I don't know. But I don't know why, especially since they acknowledge in the emails that they were talking in November of 2014. So, more than a year from the vote about giving St. Louis a franchise. So they're acknowledging St. Louis is not a bad market. That was one of the things that tilted so many people in St. Louis. Like, we know you want to leave, and I get him wanting to leave. I get the league wanting him to be the owner there. I get it because he can privately finance the build of the stadium. I get all of that. I don't, and in that respect, I don't blame Stan Kroenke. It's the way in which they handled it that they caused problems. And you sit there and go, I think the league probably now is happy that the Raiders are in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But the Chargers thing is the thing that, to me, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that, and that could have been the solution. And I realize, I'm sure around the country you go, well, what's a better market football? Not that it matters what people would vote, but I'm sure they would say, well, San Diego is, it's a better city and all of that. So, what city isn't, what city is better than San Diego? But for football, they weren't going to build a stadium, and St. Louis was. And so from that standpoint, if you did want to put a franchise in St. Louis, that would be the one. Because Spanos' ownership situation is also not exactly.
But he's still got to agree to go there.
No, I understand, but he is in legal with his family over his ownership. So that's the thing about the Charger situation. That's why I was like, what are they going to do with Davis? Force him to sell? Because that's what I'm saying. It was going to be a restructured ownership. It wasn't going to be Davis in St. Louis.
They could at least force him to get a haircut.
The bowl cut.
God, he looked horrible. I think they probably threw Oakland out there just hoping to avoid this $700 million settlement. Well, maybe if we give St. Louis a team, we won't get sued.
That's not an even trade for the NFL, though. I don't think. I think they would be more comfortable losing $700 million than forcing a team into a city they don't want to have.
Well, except at the time they couldn't have known that it would be just $700 million.
Shocker! They knew it could have been more, but the attorneys working on the case didn't.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
if you wanted eyes nationally on it, then the problem was the settlement. And
so my overall thing is this: what's the narrative about St. Louis as a football city around the country? Lost two teams, don't deserve a team. That's it. You can sum it up real quickly. Whether people, because most people haven't been here around the country. That's just the reality of it. Just like most of us haven't been to, take your pick of whatever other kind of.
Cleveland.
Yes, that would be a nice example. Mm-hmm. Detroit. Comparable cities that are on the coasts. So with all of that said, St. Louis doesn't deserve a team. They've lost two teams. St. Louis did not lose the Rams. Stan Kroenke, unlike Spanos and unlike Davis, was positioned to privately finance a building in Los Angeles. He was the guy. If Dean Spanos could have been that guy, they would have done whatever they needed to do to have Spanos get there. If Mark Davis could have done it, even with as goofy as it is, they would have had him be the guy there. But Kroenke could do it, and so they were going to manipulate in whatever way they needed to in order to get it done. And so St. Louis wasn't just a victim, quote-unquote, of losing its team. St. Louis was a victim of the narrative that they built to justify the move. And that is the thing that personally drives me up the wall. Again, I'll keep saying it over and over again, and I was saying it while it was going on. I get Kroenke wanting to do it, and I get the NFL wanting him to do it. It all makes sense from a business standpoint. Totally get it. He doubled the value of his franchise by making the move. I get that. And while it might not be popular here, I totally understand it, and it makes sense. But the issue that I have is that it was a false narrative that didn't necessarily need to go down because, like you said, when Jim Shrewsbury told them, we don't have the money, we can't do it, at that moment they really were free and clear. But they went about it in a way, I don't know why they had to go down that road. So then it became, the way it could have gone down, and I realize, this is Monday morning quarterbacking in a sense, is Stan Kroenke owns this franchise and he's going to take it back to Los Angeles. And St. Louis couldn't meet it. That should have been the messaging from the get-go. For whatever reason, they wanted to go covert. And that's what wound up costing them $750 million. It didn't have to be that way. We are going to leave. This is an issue. Instead, he never talked. But it's not a case of St. Louis being a bad market. The issue is we got a guy who can privately finance a building in Los Angeles. But doing that transparently was not the route that they took, and it cost them $750 million.
Yeah, I guess the reason they went covert is they didn't want to have 3 or 4 seasons go by with a completely empty dome when the Rams played here.
Well, it only wound up being one more season after they had decided in 2014. But yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing that I couldn't for the life of me figure out. And it turns out they wanted to maximize season ticket revenue. I mean, just it's like they were going to
every last dollar.
Yeah, that was the thing, and you were right, and I was wrong on that. All right, we got a break. We are late for a break. It's the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour wrapping up. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour coming up next. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning Game.
Ryan Kelly, I think everybody knows at this point what a huge supporter you've been of the military, and you've even got a loan program to help them specifically. What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. You know, Doug, we have been working in the desert for years. We've been climbing mountains and climbing walls to raise money for PTSD awareness. We've always been all in there, but we knew we could do more as a mortgage lender, and that's why we created the Hero Loan at HeroLoan.com. If you're VA eligible, this one's for you. At HeroLoan.com, we keep it 100, meaning you can buy a house with 100% financing, no money down. You can refinance up to 100% of your appraised value, like cash out up to 100% of your appraised value. That means more money for you, right? And at HeroLoan.com, our interest rates are always 100 times lower than the competition. So if you're VA eligible, get the loan that you've earned. Get the loan that you deserve. We always pay for your appraisal, and we'll VIP service that thing and get you the lowest rate possible. Get pre-approved for your refinance or purchase today at HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com.
Maggie O'Brien's your go-to Irish pub in St. Louis for over 42 years. Host any size event at our downtown location. Ride our shuttle to and from concerts, Blues and Cardinals games, and make sure to grab a drink and a bite to eat before all of them. Trying to watch the big game? We have it on one of our many TVs at our Sunset Hills location. Come join the fun and see what the buzz is all about. Maggie O'Brien's, 2 great locations. Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh, just south of Watson Road. In downtown at 20th and Market Street. Union Station is next to us. At Andrea's Steakhouse, located in O'Fallon, Illinois, they offer hand-cut steaks that are cooked to perfection, highlighted by their famous Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce. Come hang out and enjoy live music on Friday and Saturday, dinner and drinks on the patio, or relax like you're watching an ASMR video at the bar. All the Walrus people will drool over their handcrafted burger, made from a blend of ribeye, strip, and filet. You won't regret it. Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce and Andrea's House Salad Dressing can be found in local retail outlets throughout the greater St. Louis area. For more, visit us at andreas.com or call 618-632-4866.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMASTL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra. The first TMA Live of 2022 is coming. Coming. The night before the Dotem pre-party, sponsored by Engineered Design Facilities. May 18th at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. Be a part of TMA Live from 7 to 10 p.m. Take part in, or watch, the Lisa Ann dating game. You cuck. Get $16 domestic bucket specials. And don't miss their House Reuben rolls. It's free to get in, so put it on your damn calendar. The night before the Dotem pre-party, May 18th at Maggie O's. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Tim, Doug, Iggy, Plowsy, Action Jackson.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After, 105.7 HD2.
Yeesh. This is terrible.
Nice.
Yes.
Is this Fozzy, Plowhawk?
Yeah. The music video, surprisingly, is worse than the song. Which is a shocker. Usually he's in black gloves. The guitarist looked like he's 65. And he's shirtless. Perfect for TMA.
It's intense.
Iggy, we requested this because Chris Jericho is in the building.
Yeah, Iggy, what are your thoughts?
Pitch out, nobody going.
And even Doug's not even here.
Doug's passing.
I think he knew what was coming.
Fozzy. Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plants, Maggie O'Brien's. 9 o'clock hour, we will be at Maggie O'Brien's this Wednesday night for TMA Live. That's presented by Engineer Design Facilities, and then at Normandy for the Michelob Ultra presentation of the Dotem. Friday is 100% sold out. My sources tell me if you want to play on Thursday, there are some foursomes available for Thursday. Friday, sold out. Thursday, if you and 3 friends want to play on Thursday, you can get tickets at tmastlshop.com. That's what we got from Jesse on Saturday, right, Jackson? Am I right on that, Nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Nurse? Yes, indeed. Not a lot, but a couple. So go to tmastlshop.com. That's for Thursday, Friday, completely sold out. We will be there for a live broadcast at TMA on Thursday morning and on Friday morning. We will be off next Monday as a show. We will be off next Monday. And we're doing that because we're doing 6 shows this week, so we're getting Monday off. Hopefully the hate mail is kept to, I don't know, what do you think, 31 and a half, I'll send.
Should we have a sleepover Sunday night?
Yes. Nice. Doug is not here. Iggy is not here, so 2 out of 3 gets us the votes. We will have a sleepover. That's great.
Nice.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Family Golf is also a sponsor of the Dotem, and you can get 50% off a swing analysis right now by going to Family Golf. As a matter of fact, I had a listener reach out to me yesterday and told me, called Family Golf and talked to Adam Betts. And Adam Betts knew exactly what he was talking about, that 50% off a swing analysis, so he's going to get that at Family Golf. Go online at Family Golf Online, and they have opened up the grass tees at Family Golf. So if you like Doug to work on your compression off the turf, you can do that, not necessarily off the mat, because I think the mat might be a little misleading on compression.
Oh, yeah, you think you're hitting the ball pretty well when you hit off a mat.
Right. So, that way if you want to go ball first contact, go ahead. They've got it now open. The grass does look incredible there on those tee boxes at Family Golf. And they got a short game area. I mean, they have one indoors, but they have another one that they're building. If you're facing the building from the range, it's on the left. And it looks so good.
Maybe a perfect name.
My goodness. Family Golf, familygolfonline.com. Another sponsor of the Dotem is Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Doug, tell the audience what your experience has been at Munganess, because I think you've had a positive one.
Oh, man. I can't say enough. They've let me try driving several different cars now. I can't thank them enough for that. And right now they got me in a Highlander hybrid. It's the car, a big SUV, big, couldn't be more comfortable. The controls are easy, which I like, and it gets like 35 miles a gallon, makes no noise at all. Sometimes I got to be sure I turn it off. This car is so quiet, so smooth, so comfortable. And Munganess, they've helped me with service. I had a car in there to get serviced, and they were just great with that. Everything about them has just been unbelievably wonderful. And they even had me at their Christmas party. I sat there with Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton at the Christmas party. How wonderful was that?
They've been actually texting me with suggestions about what to do in Branson. And I was like, these guys are awesome. Not only help your car, they just listen to the show. They're just good people, man.
Yeah. They gave me a Toyota Sienna van to drive to Hilton Head. When Jamie heard that I was going on family vacation.
How about
to Hilton
that?
Head, oh, you're going to need a minivan. He goes, yes, please.
Oh, those new vans
God,
don't
it was
play.
great.
They don't play.
The second row seats been completely down. It's like you're in a recliner.
Absolutely love them.
Oh, I do too.
StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. They are the best. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. A lot of Blues discussion here on the program, and a lot of Cardinal discussion in our Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Just talked about the article in the Post-Dispatch regarding Stan Kroenke's exit. That is a major recommended reading, and if you are interested in the Kroenke Clown Nose shirt, they're going like hotcakes this morning. Yeah, they are indeed. Jackson, what is, those are going like, plus the TMA Golf head cover. You can see that on the Twitter tweets, and everything is at TMASTLshop.com. TMASTLshop.com. The TMA Golf Club head cover, the Kroenke Clown Nose, the Kids Vacuuming an S t-shirt, the Kroenke Sucks t-shirt, the Puck Kroenke t-shirt, along with the TMA logo, the BFib shirt. All of this merch is up there at TMASTLshop.com. Check it out and have yours ready for Saturday night when the Blues host the Avalanche at the Enterprise Center. Doug, let's just have a 1-1 series for Game 3. Can I ask for that? Is that reasonable?
A 1-1 series for Game 3.
Yeah, that means the Blues win 1 in Denver.
Neutralize home ice.
Okay. Oh, gosh, you'd take that. Sure you would.
All right. God bless.
Yeah, no, but I'd like them both, Timmy.
Oh!
I'm going to get greedy.
Bill. Two of them
get a little
things.
greedy. I'd like them both. Okay, it's not that funny. They can just keep from losing both. I think they're fine.
What would you rather have? Then be honest here, because I'm putting you on the spot. It's not
Okay.
fair. The Blues win the series, or me win my fan page club championship match.
Blues win the series.
You didn't hesitate, I
No,
noticed.
I didn't hesitate at all.
We've
Yeah.
seen the Blues win a cup. We haven't seen you win a fan pin.
This fan pin is a Shishawali event. The Blues are playing for keeps, fellas.
Look at that board up there, Doug.
Yeah, I see we have seen some players.
Shishawali.
Iggy, you've updated it.
I've updated it, yeah.
Do we have a forfeit?
Sean, yeah, we had one forfeit. I don't know what happened there.
That only happens in a Shishawali tournament.
Someone looked at their schedule and said, "Nope, not doing it."
I just get the emails from Sean updating the bracket, and he had that one as a forfeit. So, I guess the guy said I can't play. So eight of the
So
16
it's
have
possible
been
for
done.
someone to forfeit their way all the way to a championship.
That's correct.
Yeah, it could be.
Probably moved.
Well, Sean, I think last year, I think Cletus forfeited won by 3 forfeits. So half of the matches are done. Those other 8 matches, and we'll get
Well,
done
we'll
with
have 2 more today
today
for sure.
So the other 6 got to get done by next Sunday, or it'll be coin flips.
Yep. I'll be happy to put a pistol to somebody's head.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Nope.
I see Danny Stack took his player to Walters to 19 holes.
Timmy Walters, Doug, remember him? He wrote in about the Matt Holliday.
Yeah.
He had a hole-in-one in the first round. That's 14 handicap. And I think Stack's about the same. That's probably a toss-up match, and it went to 19 holes.
Anybody watch it?
Okay.
I doubt it.
And the club lets them play another hole? They let them start over again on one?
Yeah, with the gallery there, of course.
But aren't there more players there just not
the
involved
players
in this tournament?
respect the event. Maybe some people don't respect the event.
Okay, well, color me disrespectful of the event.
We had that at Normandy. I think it was me and, God, who was it?
The same guy who made the design of
Nah,
the
I
shirt.
forgot whoever it was.
Chris Heck?
No, the year that I missed that
Oh, he was
3-footer to win the match, and we had to go to 19. I missed a lot of 3-footers.
Yeah, he just had a moment of realization.
I missed a lot of 3-footers in that.
Matables
No, he beat me on 18, I think. God, I forgot who it was. Anyway,
good story.
It might have been Billy. It might have been Billy Shacklady, actually.
All right.
Missy wasn't there, but Billy Shacklady.
Doug, just names.
Who are these? Who's Missy?
People know Shaq.
Going
Oh,
on
no,
the fan
of the
page, just
mi-
naming off names.
You said we had 1 million listeners last hour. How many of them know Shackley?
A lot of them.
About
Most of
600,000.
Most of the million
He's
do.
been brought up here a bunch. But we went to 19. We went back to number 1, and there was a group on the tee, and there was another group behind them waiting.
Well, sure.
And Cletus walked up and goes, guys, this is the morning after Fan Page Club Championship, and these guys are going to extra holes. Do you mind if they go in front of you?
What? And they said okay?
They said, yeah, so we just went up there and hit. And I was a little upset already in the first tee because somehow they came up with a rule that if you go to a playoff, the handicap doesn't count. You no longer get strokes. I should have got a stroke on that hole.
Why didn't you protest?
I did, but
you were robbed again. Robbed again.
So I was already at a disadvantage having to play Shack Lady straight up on a hole, and he bombed it down to the bottom of the hill, and I had nothing to do. I tried to crush it and hit it left. Lost.
Nerves.
Not
both
nerves.
on the tee and the green.
Not nerves, just... So, depending on when you play your match, if you play your match at 2 o'clock and it's probably almost 7, there's probably nobody on the first tee.
You just go play like a game of Madden. That decides it.
Why don't you just have a chip-off on the practice course?
Just flip a coin.
Ew.
Foot race.
And then handicap wouldn't matter, and you wouldn't be butting in front of other golfers who have paid to play.
I think we did that in the first year when we had like 3 different brackets. After you lost, you went to the loser's bracket, then it went to the Bubba Watson ball striker bracket, and we just kept having every time I lost, I started a new bracket.
Yeah, well.
And I think we had where we went, there were like 4 players in the finals, and we just said, let's just chip it off.
Yeah.
So we did chip it off.
That's probably more fair.
Lost that one too.
No, nerves.
Then we started a 5th bracket.
Get yourself a sedative.
Chip off bracket. So you 6 matches. You got until Sunday to fit. I don't really care. I'm not running it. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, now you're running a tight ship.
All
now that you're out of it.
All I'm doing is writing the beautiful bracket.
That's calligraphy right there, Jack.
That Jesse put together for us. And the winner will get that too. All 5 of us will sign that for you, and you can put that in your Rathskeller.
But Plowhawk, I'd love to see you make it there, man.
Yeah,
that's nothing against Chris Heck. I mean, the guy designed these incredible golf club head covers for us. But I'd just love to see you in the mix.
I'd love to see it.
How many seeds you getting today, bro?
I think 12 or 13. My guess is I would have to shoot a 90 at Gateway.
You can
to be
do
in
that.
Contention.
You could do that.
Right, because he would probably shoot a 77, 78. You would think as a
Doug, what
3.5.
did Chris Heck shoot in his first round match?
I don't
I mean, I'm just guessing
Chris Ravy.
around what he
Ravy
would
made it
shoot.
sound like he shot 4 under.
Raby didn't come ready to play.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered what he shot anyway.
Says he wasn't ready.
Hoodie with the sleeves cut off.
So Raby, you can't put on your
earbuds
golf
in.
shoes? He said, nah.
But if I could shoot a 90 at Gateway, I think
You just play what I told you in your first round, and it worked for you.
Yeah.
You just want to play bogey golf. That's all you want to do. He's not going to par every hole.
Do you owe your first round win to Iggy's advice?
It was great advice. Yep. Florida Flower went there on 18 with me, kind of give me that emotional support.
Look, if you think you got a 3-wood into a hole on a par 4 and you got 230 or something to the hole, you want to bust a 3-wood, you take out a nice little 7-iron, put it down there to 80 yards, get on the green, 2-putt, get out. He doesn't make par, you win the hole. If he makes par, you tie the hole. It's the worst you're
look
going
at
to do.
that,
I'm going
Plowhawk.
to be Layup McGee, I think, today.
Layup McGee, they call him.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
I just made it up, I think.
Layup
but-
Louie.
All right.
But yeah, I think it'll be fun nonetheless. Like I said, I'm glad. Half the battle in golf is playing with good people, having good weather. We obviously have that. So if this is my last day in the tournament, not going to be upset about it.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, TMA could be erased from the tournament by 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, so.
In which case, we'll probably lose a lot of interest in it.
We'll stop
That's
filling
still
out
sponsored by Michelob Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be
We won't lose interest.
Just Sean send me the updates and I'll put them on the bracket. I don't really care.
We just take off the board and just act
Yeah,
like it
just-
didn't happen.
Iggy, that's why you needed to take the place of someone who was going to forfeit. Say, if you forfeit, Iggy comes in and takes
That's
your
not
place. He's
happening.
back in.
It's not happening.
Why not?
That's not fair. Everybody paid their entry fee, and that guy's going to win by forfeit. Oh, you got another match. Iggy, who lost, is going to play, and that's not fair.
Yeah, but you don't sign up wanting to win on a forfeit. Nobody wants
Well,
to
probably
do that.
not, but he had no choice. Probably the guy said, well, I'm going to be out of town for 2 weeks or something. If you knew that, why did you even play? Unless something came up. Maybe his wife is in labor. And I don't know.
Nothing was worse as a kid than when the other team didn't show up.
I
And
agree
then-
with you,
oh,
Jackson.
that's
That was the
terrible.
worst.
And then, like, one person on your team had to, like, go play for them so you could just get, like, a scrimmage in. And like, if you were that one guy, that sucks.
But that's better than having to go home.
Right, but that was the case sometimes where the other team just wouldn't show up or wouldn't have enough people and they just call it. You have to go home.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's worse than, like, a weather thing with baseball because it's, like, at least, like, you can see that that's happening. But
That happened to us once in CYC basketball. The other team had 4. And I said, any of them have a brother? slightly younger, slightly older. I don't care. Put them. No, we can't do that. This is a forfeit. Go home. Wait, I thought the idea here was to try to let the kids play. No, they forfeit. They only got 4. You got to have 5. Okay, well, how about one of our little brothers? No, none of it will work. It's like they were just thrilled to announce that there was a forfeit, and then you'd all have to go home.
Oh, the absolute worst.
Plowhawk, you'll be getting 11 pops today, I believe, if my calculations are correct.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Here we go.
What's 75% of 15? I guess it might be 11 or.
Yeah.
You're playing to a 15?
No, I'm an 18. He's
18 minus 3.
15 strokes.
Unless he's a course 2. Doug, is Chris Heck a course 2?
I don't know.
I'm a course 3, and Matt, is it Portel or Portal?
It's Fortel's Pizza.
Portelli.
Well, the 11 strokes.
He's a 14, and then so that's 11, and then you do 11 times 0.75. It's 8.25, so he's getting 8 pops from me.
Right. So, but yeah,
But then you
15
drop
times 0.75 is 11.25. You round that down.
Okay.
So tidy with 11.
I thought did
I'm up
mental
to
math.
4.2 index, but I'm a course 3 at Gateway from the white tees. From the blue tees, I would imagine it'd be higher, but from the white tees.
I puckered a little bit there. 11's not as much as I thought I was going to get, but again.
But you've got Doug's Glue Guzzler on your bag.
Well, I'm probably not going to have time to get a ski mask.
Well, you had to buy it for him? I thought he had one.
I told him where to get it. I hope he didn't.
He said he would wear a mask. Bring a get mask.
Oh, just like pantyhose.
Yeah, that'll do.
I got a rubber sipping
Like you're
mask.
robbing a bank in like 82.
Right. Lips all pressed up on it.
Tell him I'll bring it. I got it in my unboxing.
Oh, this is gonna be.
It's a rubber sippy mask. You know, back when everybody had to wear a mask, this guy sent it to me in the unboxing. It's got a zipper on it, so you can, have it on, and when you need to take a drink in a crowded place, you just unzip it, drink, zip it back up, and it's rubber, kind of like a gimp mask. I can bring that if he wants to wear that.
I think the extra brackets are created every year after Iggy loses. It complains loud enough to get a bunch of other new losers to form a bracket. So he gets even more free golf. That's from Rich with the nipple studs and full bush.
Oh!
Well, yeah, I think I just said that, didn't I?
Yeah, he's
You
not
act like you're
denying
making something
that at
up.
all.
Bushman.
Bushman.
I think we all saw that.
Yeah, I think I just said every time I lost, I made up a new bracket.
It was set. That is correct. Hey, are you feeling like you are a little tired? You feeling a little anxious?
Yeah.
You feeling like you've put on some weight?
I know that for sure.
Checking all the boxes.
Right around the gut.
What you get out there?
Well, here's a solution for you. Go to Mentality. Go to lowtusa.com and get your levels tested. That's what you can do. It's FDA-approved testosterone treatment, board-certified physicians who work with most insurance. Some of the symptoms that you could have is decreased mental acuity, attention span, and stress that can cause focus issues on even the most simple tasks. You might notice belly fat, feeling bloated, and a lack of lean muscle and tone that used to be easy to get rid of or maintain, and low libido if you're disinterested in your spouse or partner, which can lead to relationship problems. So, Mentality can take care of it. And I went out there and I got my levels tested. It took about 15 minutes. It was easy as can be. What a great staff they have there, too. At Mentality, 2 locations in the St. Louis area, but go to lowtusa.com to find out what works best for you. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. And while you're there, think about it. Coming up on Balloon Party, 101 ESPN, me and Action Jackson, Joey Vitale, 10:35, Jackson, is that right?
Yep.
10:35 on Balloon Party, 101 ESPN. Pepper and Genie, my favorite podcast going. I like Joe Buck's podcast, and I like Pepper and Genie. And then it depends on Holly Randall's guest.
I don't know Holly Randall.
So you got to download it. You'll enjoy it. Good DP talk. What do you guys got going on Pepper and Genie?
I thought we'd do a little gay talk today.
Yeah, we'll see.
It seems like that's kind of your bailiwick on Mondays.
No, well, Plowsy was talking about the gay bar, and I've been to gay bars, and Plowsy's been to gay bars, and we can talk about that, some of the fun we've had at gay bars, and if you were gay, what male would you most like to bang?
Oh, come on!
Pepper and Genie. Well, you're driving over to Gateway today for the Fan Page Club Championship presented by Michelob Ultra, so something you can listen to.
I have a type for sure, and I think also breaking it down, what traits we provide that, you know, the gay community really gravitates towards.
I only bring that up because I just happened to see D'Angelo Hopkins' latest TikTok of me saying that I could have had George Michael. So that just got me thinking, you know, hey, if we weren't gay, who would we want to sleep with?
Well, maybe you are if this is the
Or
topic.
even if we're
that
not
you're
gay,
having.
who do you want to sleep with?
Why would you go to gay bars if you're not gay?
You know, I'm playing
Have
gym.
gay friends, and
I'm
it's a
playing-
fun place to party.
Yeah, Gin Rummy over the weekend with a couple of our friends, and had to explain to them what, you know, a bear and a twink was, and a wolf and an otter.
Sure.
There
I'm a
are-
great gym player.
You know, it's great to see when people aren't aware of those kind of terms,
Yeah.
and you can see their faces light up when you kind of explain, hey, you're a bear. Don't take that as any disrespect.
Right.
You're just a hairy gentleman.
And you're an otter.
No, I'm a twink.
Twink.
Right.
Kyle
I thought these were
Tipton,
types
that's
of
a hell of an
twinks.
otter. Love Kyle.
So why? I
You know,
thought
kind
these
of I mean, he is the definition of an otter. You ever seen one?
Who is now?
Kyle Tipton. Former board
Doug, do you
op.
consider him to be a bear or a...
I don't know. I haven't seen him in years.
Definitely an otter.
You know, this has nothing to do with bears or otters.
Here we go.
No, it's Cherise, who's going to be in the dating game from Siegfried's Liquid and Lace, Lisa Ann dating game, just texted me yesterday and said, the porn star is Lisa Ann, correct? I guess she wants to do some research. And I just brought up her Wikipedia page, copied it, and said, yeah, here, just do some research here. And I never read her. Have you ever read her Wikipedia page?
Who's?
Lisa Ann's?
I have not.
Well, there's some stuff on there I didn't know.
We're going to hear some of that stuff now.
Well, the one that really stuck out to me is because we never talked to her about her love life and names of people she's been with, but I think she was on, I think it was TMZ was interviewing her, and TMZ asked, how many athletes have you slept with? And her answer was, well, I've been in this industry over 20 years, so at least over 100.
Oh.
Slept with over 100 athletes, professional athletes? I found that interesting. I mean, we've never asked her that, but that was a nice little,
Covered on Wednesday night at Maggie O'Brien.
nice little tidbit, I thought.
Fun facts for no and tell.
Yeah.
Doug, you looked like you were going to say something.
Well, I think her 100 is maybe more believable than your 500.
Well, I think they're both believable.
Well,
I believe her.
Love stories.
If you just do the math of me in Bermuda for 5 years and what I was doing down there, I mean, you almost hit it there.
That's the kind of rate you were on in Bermuda. Was that a hotbed of sexuality?
It was at least one every week, one different one every week. If I hit it off with the one, I would spend the week with her. But if I just had sex and wasn't interested, I'd go to another one. There were some weeks I had 4 or 5 in a week.
you were a
different
hell
ones.
of a playboy.
You do need 3.5 a week, if my math is correct, for 5 years to get to 500. I think just in Bermuda.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting 500 just in Bermuda, but there's a big chunk of it there.
How many people are even there in Bermuda? I mean, it's not a big populated island, is it?
Well, there's something called tourism, Doug.
Doug, you're about to
Take
get
that.
schooled.
That's why St. Louis played in England.
You think it's only locals coming in there?
Locals only.
Well, I don't know how you meet all these tourists, but just by working at the
They
hotel.
stay at the hotel.
All right.
One of the best hotels on the island at the time, and they all stayed there.
And they all had their eye on you. A certain bellhop.
Bellhop.
You weren't a bellhop. You were a waiter.
I was a waiter.
And you'd go to their table, and you'd make flambe, and they would say, my daughter's with us. Please, here's a nice young gentleman who knows how to cook a little bit. Why don't you show her Bermuda? That's how it happened. 500 times.
Pretty much. No, not 500. Some I picked up on my own. A lot I picked up on my own. Go up to the Touch.
Doug, go up to the touch.
What does that mean?
Nightclub in Southampton Princess.
Oh, imagine going to a nightclub called The Touch.
After a plate full of jerk chicken.
I'd walk in there. I just had my pick.
You would?
Pretty much.
Based on what?
Looks.
Guys, Lisa Ann may have been with over 100 pro athletes, but she's never seen athletes like she will see on Thursday and Friday. It takes a real athlete to weigh 350 pounds and shoot a 118 in a scramble after eating 12 donuts and 4,000 calories in barbecue. That's from Al, and he's over in Dadeville.
Right, that's where he is, for sure. Will there be any former professional athletes at this event on Wednesday?
God, you would have to think so.
Yeah, Freeze is talking about coming in.
Yeah, I would imagine. He's caught the golf bug.
I don't know who else is almost maybe Cam Jansen will be there. No, that's a different station now, isn't it?
Caught the golf bug.
Yeah.
Guys, want to shock the two guys on staff who admit they're willing to bottom for a small amount of money, have been to gay bars and continuously talk about wanting to be gay on their podcast. It's pretty obvious that someone here is being lied to, and it's Plowboy's girlfriend. That's from the St. Charles Hermaphrodite.
I think if you listen to it not knowing me and Iggy, it does sound like a desperate cry for help. But
We're looking for penis.
Cut that off.
Looking for what?
Not lying.
Penis.
Oh.
According to our listeners.
I thought that's what you said.
According to our listeners, that what Plowsy and I are looking for penis.
Well, if the price is right,
It's
I'll
not
get my knee
true, but
pads
you can
on
say
and
what you want.
walk in and do some work.
Billy Bill.
Makes for a good topic.
What kind of price are you looking for to get the knee pads?
I'm just saying, you gotta strive for comfort in those situations. You're already in a vulnerable spot.
Well, maybe don't get yourself in that situation.
Well, this is why you listen to the podcast.
What's it going to take for you to get yourself a pair of knee pads? $1,000?
Yeah, nah, probably more than that. It all depends on how long.
That'd be the easiest of everything you'd have to do.
I want to talk about it more, but it's going to have to find itself in Pepper and Genie. And I cannot wait to listen. That is coming up after this show on the podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to The Morning After STL. And it'll be there along with Balloon Party Joey Vitale joining us coming up on 101 ESPN at 10:35. Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Starts to get hot in St. Louis. People start to have foundation issues, and that's one of their specialties at stratumrepair.com. The great Matt Ford, the great Brett Groman, Stratum Structural Systems, 314-620-8153 for basement crack repair, for foundation piering, for settling homes, for bowing or rotating wall repairs, for basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions, egress window installation, concrete leveling, and downspout extensions. They do it all, and they're local. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri, and they are in Columbia, Illinois, and I have worked with them personally, and I can tell you that they do outstanding work. 314-620-8153. That's the number. When you call, let them know you are a TMA listener, and you get $100 off your repair project. Think local. Think Stratum. Stratum Structural Systems. StratumRepair.com. And now you are thinking about it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day. Who's leading? JV Golf Coach has 2, and Timmy Tom has 2, and Hammered Hank has 2.
Yep.
Hammered Hank, kind of an upstart. He's live. Misty Plops has a win. Stephen Wildwood has a win. Old guy in the black shirt, he has a win. Brian Henson has a win. Here we go. That's who we got.
All right.
I am nervous. I am a nervous wreck about the Dotem. I mean, what if I see Tim? What if he sees me? What if I get nervous and say something stupid in front of him? But this is an email about Albert's relief appearance. Reminds me of a whimsical true life story. Call it fate. It was those few days that Raleigh Fingers was a Redbird. He was playing catch with Simba before the blockbuster trade to Milwaukee. So, anyways, Uncle Skip's drinking buddy Tony was snookered. Started mouthing off to Raleigh, telling him he was all washed up. Well, next thing you know, Raleigh tells him to come on the field and say it to his face. And then they started talking below their brother and went into the dugout. Doug then started talking
I don't like the email.
below their brother
He never
and went into the
proofreads.
dugout.
He just sends.
But you put it in the filtered file.
Yeah, you thought it was okay.
Yeah, well, I don't read them all the way through.
Oh! Wow, that'll be played in a deposition. Yeah. That'll be played in a deposition. I didn't have a camera, so you will have to take my word for it. But Raleigh was giving Uncle Skip a Pokemon death punch. And that is a story of why Raleigh changed his name to Fingers. That's from, first name is Hardin, his last name's Thick. I wonder if he's related to Robin and Alan Thick.
Kevin Miller. Probably who it was.
Oh, it was.
Big win last night. Pools pitched. What fun. Blue schedule's out. Not happy with the times, but we're still here. Let me flip on the radio and see what they're talking about. What? A guy who wants to caddy for a guy for free in the middle of a weekday afternoon, but doesn't want his face shown on the video because his wife's an amateur porn star, and he thinks we actually care about his privacy so much that he feels the need to call in and ignore the fact that Tim said several times that he doesn't want to deal with it? Okay, that makes sense. Stop it! The irony of it all is the tournament is sponsored by Michelob Ultra. Every commercial there shows the fittest people in the world swimming, running, biking, and then enjoying a Michelob Ultra at some cool urban rooftop. If the people at Ultra saw these walruses in the tournament drinking their product while they test their blood sugar levels after their round, they would probably take it out of their hand and remove the sponsorship. Also, I saw a pic of Plowsy at Normandy. If he loses any more weight, he'll evaporate. I take in the same amount of calories in beer each week, and I weigh twice as much. I am just jelly. Tired of it. Steve, 1 Cardinal Way.
Steve, 1 Cardinal Way.
P.S. I have 3 pairs of Muggsy pant, and they are so kind to my dad bod. That's Steve at 1 Cardinal Way.
Okay, we've all got Muggsy pant now.
Yeah, we do. And Young. Can we circle back to the nervous celebrity putt no one asked for involving Ken Bootstrode? So per Ken, if an unwitting golfer doesn't say anything, he's just going to step right in and miss that 5-foot putt for them. I don't see how this doesn't go well, you guys. Imagine the look on the participants' faces when they walk up to the 18th green to find old man Wrinkles smoking a dart, standing over their ball, ready to nervously launch their 3-foot putt 7 feet past the hole. You've heard old man Wrinkles hijack the show. Now watch him hijack this hole. Think about it, Doug. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin. No specials this week, but make sure to subscribe to my ASMR page and ring that bell for updates on all the exclusive content.
Well,
Brian Henshin. No specials this week.
There'll be an automatic 2-putt, so there won't be any 2-second putts, you dumbass.
And finally, when the doctor told me I had a slap tear, my initial reaction was one of joy because I finally have something in common with the incredibly handsome and incomparable Tim McKernan. I asked the doctor if I would need to get surgery on my shoulder. Imagine my surprise when Dr. Grundle told me that both of my shoulders are structurally sound and do not require surgery. He proceeded to explain that the slap tear is actually located in my butt. My partner James was a little rough with me last night, but he had just been self-furloughed from his job, and he took his frustrations out on my backside. Anyhow, I've elected to see if my gape heals by itself before I opt for invasive surgical procedure. I will need to practice complete anal rest for the next 3 months, but that doesn't mean James and I have to practice total sexual abstinence. Since we make love exclusively in public, he can still shower me in his golden stream. We engage in heavy petting at PetSmart and Motorboat at Menards. James wears a full C cup. One question, though. Does anyone on the dais have one of those little hemorrhoid pillows I can borrow while the slap tear in my hole properly heals? That's from the JV Golf Coach.
Okay. JV Golf Coach.
The Design Air Heating and Cooling email. Hey!
Boy, there's not much to pick from there.
I think there's an obvious winner today.
Mm-hmm. Well, Henshin has no specials this week, so he's out. I'll go Steve Cardinal Way, I guess.
Now, does he have a win yet this month?
Yeah.
Or is he going by Steve in Ballpark Village? Was his first email Ballpark Village?
I just put it in Steve as well.
Well, both of them anyway, Steven, wherever you are.
Steve is shipped. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, and now he's tied for first. JV Golf Coach Jimmy Tom Hammer and Hank and Stephen Wildwood tied. And keep in mind, we are giving away 4 tickets to a Cardinals game on June 14th for the winner of our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the month. If you haven't made the plans to do so, get to Maggie O'Brien's on Wednesday night for TMA Live. Starts at 7 p.m. The dating game, Lisa Ann, Jennings Randolph Jr. I wonder if there'll be a hot FFF. Has there ever been an FFF in Sunset Hills? Do you know the history of Sunset Hills? Do they track that at City Hall?
I think they do track it, and as of yet, no, there's never been one.
Oh my goodness, a first.
Yeah, I don't believe there ever has been one, no.
And the Dotem, and I believe there are some foursomes available for Thursday, so if you want to play in the Dotem, go to tmastl.com and order your foursome on Eventbrite, and you can play on Thursday. Friday, completely sold out. It's all presented by Michelob Ultra, and it gets underway at 10:30 Thursday and 10:30 Friday. It is the Dotem, presented by Michelob Ultra, and also our friends at Family Golf and Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Jackson and I are about to head down the hallway, Doug.
Come and get your whooping.
And we will talk it over with Joey Vitale at 10:35. Lots to get to on Balloon Party, and I know even more to get to on Pepper and Genie, as the types of guys Iggy and Plowhawk would like to sleep with will be covered on this edition.
There's a lot.
Is that a cowbell I just heard? You hear a cowbell?
I did.
I think it was my coffee cup. I'll do it again.
There it was. That was what I heard. Time for us to shut it down. For Action Jackson, for the Plowhawk, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.